Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? Hey, Saturday night, hanging out with the DA. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Oh, man, we got an action-packed show right now, man. We got a lot to talk about. There's been so much going on in media, so much going on in the stuff that we cover and the stuff that we love. This is going to be very, very interesting, and I got a lot of topics right here. T is hanging out in the background, and I think he just got on, so I'm gonna give him some time to get his situation set up. But in the meantime, let me just kind of go over the stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. First of all, we will be talking about the Star Wars situation that's going on right now. What they announced today, I did a video about that earlier. The Mando season 4 getting a theatrical release. Going into theaters. I think that's absolutely insane. I don't think that's going to happen whatsoever, but we will be talking about that. We got Godzilla talk coming up. Look, Godzilla has absolutely destroyed everything in Hollywood right now. It's destroyed the narratives. This thing is going to be absolutely one that Hollywood is going to have to keep their eye on and have to start paying attention to. They're going to have to start paying attention to what's going on with these foreign films, with some of the content that's coming from overseas, because they're getting the job done in a way that Hollywood is not. And yeah, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Disney and Bob Iger and the whole bribery and corruption that's going on over there. I mean, that situation right now has just got my mind absolutely blown. And I can't believe that, what we're hearing about is actually happening. It's just incredible to listen to. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk a little bit of Marvel and DC as well. And, we'll get all of that stuff in. Don't worry. We're going to have a lot to talk about. I'm still waiting to see if T is coming in. In the meanwhile, let's just go ahead and say what's up to some of the folks that's coming in here. Star Wars Mom. Hi, everybody. What's up, Star Wars Mom? How you doing? All the folks that's over there at EBN, again, you guys have shown so much love. And I'm looking forward to that. Absolutely. Oh, let me do this, all right, because this is the one problem that I have. I'm not good at promoting and talking about myself. That's just not what I do. I'd rather talk about the stuff that you guys are interested in, which is when it comes to content, what's out there for us to consume in Hollywood. I would rather talk about that than talk about me. But somebody said, hey, man, you got to start promoting some of the stuff that you do. So I actually put together a little bit of a Teesprings or T Public store. I'm going to share that with you right now. So y'all can see right now, this is my T Public store. I put the link in the description. So if you ever want to check out a t-shirt, some of the stuff that I have thrown together. All right. I got a little cancel Disney Star Wars shirt. I like this thing. I might actually pick this up for myself. These two shirts are actually related to my book projects, which I should also bring in. All right. So I actually am a writer. I'm an author. And again, a lot of you guys have went out there and picked up some books. So these two, the Goon Squad, welcome to the Goon Squad, Rico. These are characters from my novels. All right. So you could go and you could check out one of these shirts. Let me see. Can I click on this thing? Yeah. So you can go and pick up a Goon Squad shirt. Actually, I think I got one somewhere around here. I had ordered it just to see what it looked like. It actually came out pretty cool. So you can go and you can order shirts like this if you are so inclined. Again, if you want to support me, that's cool. I got the GFY Elon Musk, shirt right there. Anime Heads, that's something for me and my son. We're actually putting together a anime YouTube channel. So we're going to get to that one of these days. But nevertheless, that's just, again, some stuff. If you want to support me, super chats are fine. Of course, I don't mind that. But if you want to get something for your money, there's some shirts right there. And, a little bit of that comes my direction. So yeah, there's that. Now, we also got my book. So this is a novel that I wrote, Margaret Gum and the Song of Solomon. And basically what this novel is, it's an action adventure. Think of it like an Indiana Jones style adventure. That's basically what this is. When you hear Margaret Gum is not the lead character. As the story goes, there's this old adventurer who had 7 children, all sisters, and he handed to each of these sisters a very key ingredient to some aspect of the world. He's discovered a lot, and he hands them some sort of aspect of the world. And now you have your lead characters, who are those 3 folks right there on the cover, Aiden, Flair, and Simone. I know a lot of people have told me, yo, when's the second book coming out? The second book will be out soon. But yeah, that one, that's more of a, hyped up action adventure, Indiana Jones style, traveling all over the world, trying to find artifacts, things of that nature. So if you're interested in that, that link is also in the description of every video. I'll actually try to make sure I put it in the intro, or excuse me, in the link for this one. And then I have this book right here, The Fortunes of Felix Fontana. So this is more of a kid's book. I would say maybe middle grade, like your middle school type adventure. It's another adventure, just like the previous book. That one's more about teaching lessons about what it means to be, the lessons that we should all be learning in life at that age, believing in yourself, trusting your friends, things of that nature. So those are a couple of books. Again, I'm terrible at talking to folks when it comes to that. T just disappeared. I don't know what happened to him. But yeah, I'm terrible at that stuff. So that's it for the, promotion for my content. What's up, Otis? Otis has, hope everything is going well. Yeah, everything's going good with me. Otis, thanks for showing up. Larry Bills, who made that intro outro beat? I think that's just like some, licensed music, some free unlicensed music that's just out there. So I think that's all it is. It's not it's something that actually Coach found. That's what it is. It's something that Coach found for me. And yeah, I love the song. So I appreciate him hooking that up. Hello, everyone. That's Jedi Master Lawrence. Oh, hold up. There we go. Hey, what's up, Jedi Master Lawrence? Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Always showing a lot of support, which I definitely need in these early days of going live. I need all the support I can get. So you guys, I really appreciate it. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit that like button. That'll help this video kind of circulate around YouTube and get everybody in. All right, let me bring on my partner in crime right here, man. He's getting ready to come on stage. Man, this dude right here, man, he's always a laugh. He was a hit of the party last week, and I'm gonna bring him back on here. That's my dude, Uncle T. T, what's up, baby?
What's up, y'all?
Legendary Terrence, everybody's talking about. I love it, T. I love it, man. Hey, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. How's everybody?
And everything's going good over here, man. This is a fast-moving Saturday, man. Saturday just kind of caught up to me. Next thing I knew, it was like, oh, shoot, I got to go live in about 5 seconds. So, yeah, it's a crazy show today, man. It's a crazy day today. And we're going to have a crazy show. We got a lot to talk about, T. We got a whole lot to talk about. But first thing I want to do, first things first, what I want to do is jump into this, okay? I want to start doing this kind of as a segment in and of itself, where we do a comment of the week. So one of the comments that came out last week was in regards to Godzilla. Everybody is loving Godzilla. I mean, it's hard to find anybody that does not love Godzilla -1. T, have you seen it?
I haven't checked it out. I'm going to check it out tomorrow, though, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Man, you better hurry up. Okay, if you guys haven't checked it out, you better hurry up, because trust me, it's going to be going out of theaters. You got to see this in theaters. This is a film you have to see in theaters. But everybody's talking about this thing. Everybody's excited about it. I'm going to bring this up, man. This is a comment that was on one of my videos. So I'm going to do this comment of the week. Every week, I want to discuss the comments that we're seeing out there. Hey, Nick, shout out, Nick. Nick from Echo Base Network, smash that button, guys. Hey, Nick, thank you, bro. I appreciate you showing up. Risman was in earlier as well. I don't know if he's still in, but what's up, Risman? Hey, greetings, Nick. Yeah, man. Shout out to Nick for showing up. All the support and love that I'm getting from EBN. I mean, it's just absolutely awesome. So yeah, this comment was hilarious because it came right on the heels of everybody else's, pouring out love for Godzilla -1. So here's what this guy had said. All right. Said this film is massively overrated. I genuinely have no idea why so many people are gushing at this. For starters, it's not even in American. Which I was like, wait, do you mean English? Is that what he means? English? Now, look, I'm not bashing this person. I want to address his points. I guess they filmed it in foreign to save money, but it's totally ridiculous, and it makes it 100% hard to follow. It's actually a foreign film, Barry. It's actually a foreign film. They didn't film it in foreign. It is foreign, okay? It's from Japan, Toho Studios. That's a Japanese studio, all right? He says, I didn't have a clue what was happening or how this fits in with the other films. I reckon the only people who like this are the same people that pretend to like trendy Swedish direct detective films. So this was the comment of the week. I wanted to highlight this one because, look, for me, and T, you haven't seen Godzilla yet, so you can't really comment on it. But to me, the thing that made this the most interesting thing about this is that it is not American. It's not English. It is a foreign film, and it's doing gangbusters. And when you have a foreign film doing gangbusters, they did something right. All right. Because in this country, especially in America, we do not flock to foreign films like this. We don't. All right. So when somebody makes a foreign film and this thing just takes off, it's talked about all over the internet, all over social media. It's doing amazing numbers on Rotten Tomatoes. You have to sit back and say, okay, wait, they tapped into something that we can't tap into over here in Hollywood. Hollywood has not figured out how to, really attract a marketplace like Godzilla Minus One did. And that's the major thing. T, would Godzilla Minus One have been on your radar, at the beginning of this year?
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. And now all of a sudden you checking for it tomorrow, right?
Yeah. But it's look, yada, 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 yada. Right. Here we go again, doing the same old shit we've been doing before. No original ideas, just the same old, man. Just, okay.
Nah. Godzilla is not the same old type of a situation. Godzilla is different. This particular episode or this particular iteration of Godzilla feels different than everything they've done before with Godzilla. It feels like a completely different iteration of Godzilla, and it's closer to the original. I don't know if you saw the original 1954 Godzilla. It's very close to that in that Godzilla is just a threat. He's not out here dancing and having fun. He's not singing tunes. He's not sliding around on his tail. He's not doing all of that shit, okay? Godzilla's coming in, and he's an absolute threat. He is a terror, all right? Does he not know that Godzilla is originally a Japanese story? I'm guessing he doesn't. Barry, they're saying. I'm guessing that's the case, Jedi Master Lawrence.
When did it come out? When did the original come out? 60 years ago?
The original is 54. 1954 was the original Godzilla movie.
We're talking about someone almost 70 years old?
Almost 70 years old. That was the original. This franchise has been around forever.
This is what I'm telling you, man. When I'm 74, they're gonna probably have John Wick 24. Just come on, man. Come with something new, dude. Look, we just started a whack one.
I feel you on that. Because that's all I'm about. Hey, I want an original content. I don't want to just keep on watching the same old stories all the time. But when they do revisit a franchise, hey, do something with it. And Godzilla Minus One absolutely did. Let's go ahead and jump to that because that's going to actually be the first story is that Godzilla Minus One is really taking the world by storm, bro. I mean, it's absolutely killing it. You can see rave reviews. Oh, wait, hold up. Rave reviews and box office records, how Godzilla Minus One took the U.S. by storm. If success tells the industry that moviegoers don't have, what does it say here? They don't have action movie fatigue. They have bad movie fatigue. That's basically what we've been saying. We've been saying this the entire time, T, is that it's not about we are tired of superhero movies or we are tired of action movies. We're not even tired of big franchises necessarily, although I do think that the franchises took a hit this year. But We're just tired of bad movies. We're tired of the same old. So, yeah, when you get into a franchise like Godzilla and you do something different and you actually make it great, then all of a sudden everybody is talking about it. The box office, this is the number one foreign film ever, all right, in the United States, in terms of the box office. This is topping the list on everything. And so you can't sit back and just ignore this. I think Hollywood right now is going to have to just kind of take a big, they're going to have to think about this one. How did Godzilla do what we can't do in our own country? How did they get all of these reviews, these ranting reviews where everybody's talking about it, everybody's loving it? How did this happen? And the reason that it's happening is because, again, Godzilla figured out, hey, all we got to do is just make good characters, have good stories, all right? Look, this is the 33rd, right? The 33rd installment of the Japanese language movie franchise, all right? It's broken multiple box office record, drawn critical acclaim, and doing so on a budget that would make most movie producers balk. All right. All that for $15 million. That's all they did. They made a movie for $15 million. And they took they're just destroying everything right now with Disney. Disney right now is sitting there trying to figure out what the hell did we not understand about our audiences, you know? Yeah, Lombardi is saying right here, it's not woke. Yeah, like stay away from the woke shit. Just stay away from the woke shit. It's easy. Paint by numbers. Stay away from the wokeness. Focus on character development. Focus on the good story. That's it. You'll be just fine. You won't have any problems with that. This person here, let's see. White Lotus of Light. Hey, brother, love your show. Would love to interview from my channel about woke Hollywood. If you're interested, you can contact me. Hey, send me an email. Send me an email and I'll definitely check that out. Absolutely. I appreciate the love. Thank you. But yeah, T, when you find a situation where a movie is not woke, it's on a $15 million budget and all of a sudden it's just churning out numbers, talk to me. What does that tell you about where Hollywood is? And what does that tell you about, a movie like Godzilla -1 that figured out, some sort of a secret agenda? Like, hey, man, we're just making this thing and we're just going to put it out there and there it go.
I think they want to go with safe bets. Original ideas really don't make much sense unless they get a test filter. I think they should do more research with the audience, maybe comb some of the algorithms to see like channels like this and others. You know what I mean? Everybody's out there talking about it. I think they need to respect the dollar of the customer, right? And they don't do that. This obviously the customer wants to see this, man. Hey, word of mouth is important, right? Oh man, it's a good movie. You don't hear buzz about Hunger Games like this. You don't hear buzz about The Marvels or Wish or any of those other creepy movies that aren't good. Silent Night did terrible in the movie theater last week. Terrible. And how does that happen, dude? You don't have word of mouth. People are like, man, I don't want to do it. But that was an original IP. But people are not feeling Hollywood because they're like, dude, you are going to give me disappointment. I know you are. And one of the things I think that's important is you're not respecting the newest customer you have. You're not.
Who is that?
The newest customer they have is kids. My kids' age, the 20-year-old. You're not. First of all, you're not respecting the teenager. The teenager is much, much smarter than they were when we were in school, man. They have resources among them, and they've been acclimated to that resource. A teenager today, let's say 4 years ago, it was not a teenager, but they were forced to be consumers and do research, stuff that they weren't normally doing, and now they can do that stuff. Well, they can look it up, man. Did you hear about this? Like the local hubs they have to share information is like the internet is water cooler, right? Hey, are you going to
No, you know what, T, you make a good point because when we were kids coming up, we didn't have access to the information like they have today. So now everything is at your fingertips. Information is at your fingertips. It's going to be hard to blow people away. It's going to be real hard to blow people away with your content, because everybody can watch everything. They have access to literally everything on their phones. So if you want to really attract the younger generation, like you're saying, the kids, my age, the generation of my kids and the generation of your kids, you're going to actually have to tap into what they're interested in, and you're going to have to be unique and you're going to have to be different.
Do you feel like you are a dollar sign or a customer or both? I mean, I would love to know in the comment section what you feel like. To me, I don't feel like I'm a customer. I feel like I'm just a dollar sign.
Because we are. Yeah.
But I'm not in that. Okay. But give me something that is going to make me say, yeah, man, I want to go back and go see that movie. I haven't felt like that since Spider-Man, that last Spider-Man, dude.
We've been talking about this. Like, if you give the fans what they want, all right, you give the fans what they want, we're good. We'll rock with you, okay? We'll rock with you. Look, I finally figured out these little things that we supposed to be putting up here, okay? You guys know I'm trying to, this first time, right? But yeah, we got to do what?
Listen to the fans.
We got to listen to the fans, okay? We've been saying this forever and ever and ever. Listen to
the fans.
Listen to what the fans have been saying. Okay. Don't just pay lip service to it either. Actually engage with your audience. They are so disconnected over in Hollywood. Hollywood is super woke and they are super disconnected from everything that we are connected to, the audience. You know, just like you said, T, they are so disconnected from the younger generations. They don't even know what the younger generations are interested in. They have no clue. And the younger generations, that's where your future fan base is coming from. So when they roll out there with the Marvels, right? They roll out the Marvels, and the Marvels has this an all-female cast, and no women show up, and no kids under 25 show up. It's all older men over the age of 40. What does that tell you, Marvel? What does that tell you, Disney? You have no clue who your fan base is. And that's the major problem right now. They are so disconnected from the regular, common, average, everyday American. They have no idea what these people are looking for. And here's Godzilla, a foreign film, tapping into that. That's what's crazy about this situation. Godzilla is taking off. They are tapping in. Look, 98% audience approval score. How does that happen? T, how does that happen? How do you drop the ball this hard, Hollywood? Because you're sitting in your woke bubble and you won't come out of it to talk to the regular people. And when regular people, you start listening, you watch Twitter and you see some of the conservative commentary. We talk about this a lot, me and you offline. When you hear the commentary, they don't want to listen to that. That's offensive to them. That's hurting my feelings, you know? So then they dive back into their bubble where they think everybody is speaking the same language and they're wrong. All of them are wrong. It's the craziest thing. But yeah, this is the issue right now with Hollywood, okay? A 98% audience approval score on a foreign film, and everybody can't shut up about Godzilla. Meanwhile, you know, you go and you look at the Marvels, you look at Wish, which should have been taking the box office by storm. That should have been absolutely destroying the box office right now because it's a family film and it's the holidays. So everybody should be talking about this. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it, T. And that's the biggest problem Hollywood has. Go ahead.
Well, they're going to have that. That's going to continue to grow because, like we said, you know, before, they don't respect the new water cooler. The new water cooler is not extra. Nobody's watching that. Nobody's watching Access Hollywood. Nobody cares because it's phony. Nobody likes that phony stuff. And it's really getting the consumer, which is us, pissed off saying, man, wait a minute, man, I got gas to worry about this. I just wait for it to go on Netflix anyway. I pay for that anyway, so I don't want to go see. Why am I going to pay double to be disappointed? No way. And I got to take my girlfriend out or boyfriend out, whatever you like. They're like, no, man, I don't want to be disappointed, man. And plus, the material is not even good enough for you to pay attention. So why? Why don't you work? Why don't you get a better source of information, which you already have in a lot of the material? You're messing with the source material. You're messing with the consumer, man. That's why you keep getting this fluff and puff stuff that's terrible, man. Terrible movies. Why are you doing another Hunger Games? No need, dude. It's already over, dude. I don't want to see it again. Stop.
Yep.
Stop. Now, I want to see Marvel stuff because there's plenty of, you're talking about 70 plus years of damn near material that I want to see. Why would I want to see? Now I'm a DC guy, so DC is like that. But why would I want to see? Why would I want to keep seeing this? It's just like I used to get pissed about Batman. Oh man, here we go with this alley scene, dude. We can't do nothing. What the best thing about Batman is what? The goddamn villains. Show me the villains. Stop doing the same thing, same old. Man, you did a supervillain movie in what? It did a billy. Billy off of what, 80 mil as a budget? How do you do that?
Yeah.
Come on, dude, because people are like, all right, here we go. I'm gonna watch the movie, the last 15 minutes of the movie. Oh, the hero wins. But at least give me a good story, man. You know what I mean? It's like how they mess with comedy.
I'm right there with you, bro. I'm right there with you, man.
Stuff. The whole reason comedians are good, dudes, because they set up jokes, dude. They setting you up, dude. It's storytelling. I need better story as a consumer, man. Or I'm just gonna be like, man, you know what? I'm gonna just watch Big Trouble in Little China, the original one, dude. I'm gonna watch Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters, the original, dude. That was not a box office success at all. But
no, it wasn't.
You know what? It had legs, though, right? It had legs because it is another classic around this time. Scrooged. That is a great movie, dude. Great writing.
Oh yeah, Scrooge. I love Scrooge.
Original content based on other stuff around it that's old. Like, come on. Like, you gotta mix it up, man, and have the fans interested. I told y'all last week, Game Night, that's an instant classic. Make another movie like that. Get those writers and say, hey, make me something that makes sense, dude. I feel cheated, dude, as a consumer, dude. And look, yes, that gives us a voice. I would rather not be on here feeling cheated and complaining, man. I'm tired of that, dude. But Hollywood does not respect me, and they're not going to do anything to respect us until at least the end of 2025. I said it.
All right, T. Thanks for that, man. Now, look, guys, you let us know what you think about the Godzilla situation. I think that, honestly, Godzilla and where we're at right now in Hollywood is in a precarious situation. I don't know if they're going to be able to get out of this. Next year is looking very, very grim, for Hollywood, but we'll see what happens. Now, speaking of something that, we're all looking forward to here, we got this story, and T, you wanted to talk about this one, man. You want to talk about this. So Superman Legacy is bringing in Mr. Terrific. And this guy says, I'm already impressed with how jacked the actor looks already. Okay, so T, you want to talk about this one, man. Mr. Terrific is going to be played by Eddie Gathegi. All right, which a lot of you guys will remember was the guy from, X-Men First Class. Okay, he was Darwin in X-Men First Class, and he's now going to be playing Mr. Terrific.
And I think he was in Twilight too. He was in Twilight too.
Was he in Twilight? I never watched Twilight, so I saw a little bit of it. I don't remember him from it, but nevertheless, this guy is like, the guy looks massive, and I don't know how you felt about this, T, but this is giving me a lot of encouragement because it seems like everybody's taking this thing seriously. People aren't going to be coming in all skinny and, looking out of shape and everything. Everybody's coming in. Hey, man, let's get in the gym and let's bulk up. Let's look like superheroes. I like that. We already know that David Cornsweet, he's been on a workout program. That dude is looking jacked. And now we got this one right here. So I'm going to just scroll right on down to the picture, T. This is the picture of Eddie Gathegi. This is the guy that's playing Mr. Terrific. And I'm like, holy crap, this dude put on some size. This dude looks phenomenal right now. This cat is going to look like a superhero. All right, T, you wanted to talk about this. Talk to me. What did you think?
I think this is awesome, man. I like the fact that there's a lot of encouragement. I don't expect this movie to do well in the box office. I'm telling you right now, I don't think this movie is going to do well at all. What I think it's going to do is it's going to spark everybody's belief in DC that they can actually do something. This movie is going to do what Flash couldn't. It's going to say, wait a minute. All right, they're finally giving the big man his just dues, dude. And if I were them, I would cut this up into a two-parter, man. I would have. This is going to be, because there's so many villains and so many characters in this. You should cut this up, man. This should be part 1, part 2. You know what I mean? Part 3. You should really let him be Superman the way he wants, and let the other characters that I know about that are in a Watchtower or other, like, this is going to be great. This dude is in the gym. He's taking it serious, dude. He's proud of it, dude. That's all we want as fans, man. I want somebody who's proud. And I'm still not on the Nicholas Hoult train. Pause. I don't like it, dude. I don't.
Man, T, what is it that you don't like about that dude? He's a great actor, man.
What are you talking about?
Jeez, man.
What are you
he's
talking
a great actor
about?
to me. I like his acting, man. I like his acting. Did you see what was the last did you ever go see the menu?
This dude is a horrible
Did you ever
actor
go see
right
the
here.
menu?
This dude right here is getting jacked, but he is
well, okay, all right. Let's look at it this way, T. Do you trust James Gunn? Are you a James Gunn guy? Do you trust?
I trust James Gunn.
Okay, all right. So time out. Let's stop there. So you trust Gunn. You think Gunn can get the job done? He's writing the script. He's directing the movie, and he's bringing in characters that people probably have never heard of. Nobody's heard of Mr. Terrific.
What?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, hold up. Let me bring in this. Let me show you this article. Hold up. Let me bring this over. All right. Look. This is, let me close this shit out. This is the cast for Superman Legacy so far. Okay. Why don't this thing close? Whatever. All right. This is the cast so far. All right. So you tell me who you got a problem with so far in this cast. Because I think the cast looks great right now. All right. So we got David Cornsweet, a.k.a. Clark Kent, and Superman. All right. How you feeling about him?
That's a good put.
He looks the part to me. I think he's solid. All right. So you're good with Superman. All right. So they got 10 people listed. Let's keep going. All right. Let's see. 9. You got Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane.
Superman and Skinny Cavill. I mean,
No.
I'm not a Lois Lane fan. That's because they just.
Okay, wait. Whoa. Forget the Lois Lane fan shit. Do you like her in the role? No? All right, it's a no. All right, let's move on. Okay, number 8. All right, let's talk about Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy Olsen. Now, they actually got a white Jimmy Olsen with like red hair, and it looks like he might have some freckles. I mean, they actually found somebody that looks like Jimmy Olsen for a change. How do you feel about this cat?
I actually like Jimmy Olsen as a character. I would like for them to just tweak him a little bit to make him be the cool guy. You know what I mean? And like he's Clark's cool best friend or something like do that. Don't make him be like, don't make him be the squirmy guy. Don't do what you did, like modernize it, man. I like what Zack Snyder did with that Jimmy Olsen, man. But they killed him off. But that's just play.
I'm a traditionalist myself. I want a classic Jimmy Olsen. So I'm on board on all 3, by the way, folks. I'm 3 for 3. All right, here's the guy you can't stand. Here's the dude you can't stand. A great actor playing a young Lex Luthor. You can't stand it. Like, damn, why don't they give us, who did you want? Mark Strong. Mark Strong is like 60 years old.
Keep going. This is a horrible pick. But y'all are going to.
All right, man. We're going to keep going. All right. Number 6. So they got Eve Tessmacher. Sarah Sampaio.
This is a nothing. I'm not geeked about this.
I'm surprised. Look, this actress, they found like the worst picture to put up for this chick, man. I was absolutely stunned when I saw that. Let me bring up a better picture. Hold on a second, because that picture was absolute garbage. All right, total garbage. I'm gonna bring up a better picture so you guys can see. Like, I think she's gonna play, somebody that Lex would rock with. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, wait, hold up. Let me blow this up. That's Eve Tessmacher, okay? That's an Eve Tessmacher, all right? Not this picture. This picture don't look good, all right? I'm sorry. This is not a flattering picture of this chick. I don't know why they even went to that.
Is this the chick that's just like bodyguard?
No, that's her. That's just like secretary. That's like, you don't remember Miss Tessmacher from the original Superman? Gene Hackman was constantly screaming and yelling at her. You don't remember that? Miss Tessmacher! You don't remember that?
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, God, man. This is a DC guy, by the way, folks.
This is Lex Luthor's Jimmy Olsen. Okay, all right, get it.
Yeah, think of it like that. All right. This chick, Gabriella De Faria, as Angela Spica, aka the Engineer. Now, this is a character from The Authority. A lot of people don't know who The Authority is, so it might be hard for y'all to feel this particular character. So I don't know much about, I know who The Authority is. I've had a couple of books slid my way and I've read all up on them. I don't know a lot about them, so I can't really comment on if she's a good fit for this particular character, but nevertheless, there she is. We'll see what it does. All right. Let's move on to number 4. All right. We got Guy Gardner, Green Lantern. Now, T, come on. Talk to me. Phenomenal. And he can't, and nobody fits this better than Nathan Fillion. This guy is, the epitome. And James Gunn is always putting this dude in films. I like the fact that James Gunn is loyal. He always sticks him in films. He was in the Guardians 3. You can see his little setup right here. James Gunn is super loyal, man. That's what I think I do enjoy.
Everybody likes him. Everybody likes that guy anyway. I mean, Nathan Fillion, he's awesome at whatever he does. You know what I mean? Look at the rookie. He's awesome. Yeah,
exactly. All right. Number 2, we got Hawk Girl. Okay. I don't know how this one's going to work. Dora the Explorer playing Hawk Girl. It looks like she's playing a young Hawk Girl, so she's going to be super young. I don't know how this one's going to work. She's also in Madam Web, by the way. She's going to be in Madam Web. So it seems like she's dipping her toe. You think she's going to be all right?
I think she's going to be all right.
Okay. All right. So where are we at now? What characters have you liked so far before we get to the last 2?
I like Superman. I like Nathan Fillion. I like this one.
All right, man. So 3 out of 8. All right. So here go the last 2. Now we just what we was talking about. Okay, Eddie. All right, Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific, and I'm guessing you're 50-50 with this guy. You like the build, but you don't like his acting.
Look at his skinny neck. What is he gonna do? Come on. He's a horrible actor. He's horrible. But I like that he wants to play this role. He is horrible. Y'all remember this dude in Twilight, dude? He is not believable.
I have only seen him in one other thing, which
I need an American to play in this role. You mean all the unemployed black dudes?
I saw him in Blacklist. Did you see Blacklist? You remember him in Blacklist?
Yeah, he was okay. He was all right. He's all right.
All right, yeah. And then finally, the last guy, we got Rex Mason playing Metamorpho. All right. No comment. This right here makes me think they're gonna somehow introduce the Terrifics, which is with Plastic Man, because Metamorpho and Mr. Terrific are a part of that team. I'm thinking they're gonna somehow figure out how to introduce the Terrifics into this thing, and we're gonna get a little Plastic Man coming out of this. I'm looking forward to it. David Glenn, he says, "There's your Lex Luthor." Really? You think so, David? This guy? Could you see him as Lex because he's bald? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, I think that the cast right now.
David, you see what I see? Thank you. Right. That's a no-brainer. Instead of look at this guy. Look at this guy. That guy and I are the same age.
Look, this is great because he's putting himself together. He's putting in the work. And so this gives me a lot of confidence for this film. Just the fact that everybody's taking it seriously, you know. He still kind of got that skinny neck too, by the way.
Wears a hat to the gym. No. Where's the hat to the gym? You're not.
Apparently, Eddie does, man. Eddie likes to look stylish while he's in the gym.
Hey, I like that he's in the gym trying to make it happen, man. I want to be. Come on, y'all. Come on, comment section.
Get excited, T. I think we're in a good spot right now. We're in a good spot. Look, they're doing better. Look, T, they're doing better with that than Star Wars is doing with its content. All right, I'm gonna say that right now. I am more confident right now.
This movie's not coming out till 2025. Come on, man.
Yeah,
nobody's gonna be feeling this. After that, this is
next year. Next year is gonna be a lot to talk about. Next year is gonna be a lot to talk about. All right, let's get into this because this is something. This right here, I want to discuss this one, and I want to ask you as somebody who's not necessarily like a huge Star Wars fan. All right. You're not like the biggest Star Wars fan in the world. I did a video on this earlier today, folks, if y'all didn't catch that, where basically the Mandalorian season 4 is supposedly rumored right now. I think it's a huge rumor, and I think there's nothing to this rumor, but I think they're floating this information out there to see what the temperature is, you know, in the fan base. But the Mandalorian is being reworked as a movie. Mando season 4. They already have written it. Jon Favreau said, I've already got the scripts written. Everything is full. It's complete. But now they're talking about, well, we're going to do this as a movie, and we're going to release this before the Daisy Ridley Star Wars film. Now, T, you're not the biggest Star Wars fan, right?
That's not true.
You're not. Here's the question. Does this move the needle for you as just a casual?
No.
You know, I'm a hardcore Star Wars fan. This doesn't move the needle for you at all.
No, you know why? You know why? Because they've got to leave this alone for 10 years. They should stick with the movies, build your They should stick with their TV shows and not make them be so PC like they're doing. And just work on your scripts, do new Star Wars worlds. But I don't think they should touch a movie. Leave it alone, dude. You've done so much. You've robbed the fans. You freaking Disney-fied this thing in the most horrible fashion. The last two ending movies of the Star Wars franchise, you know, when they did that first set, right? Episode 3 was that Frankenstein moment for the baddest villain besides the Joker ever. You just made him. You made his origin story just for naught, right? And then this last one with Kylo Ren and all that stuff, dude. That was so poor, dude. That was such a poor representation of great material, dude. It's
yeah, whatever. Anton, what's up, baby? Thanks for showing up, man. Hey, whatever Favreau wrote will not make it through the Filoni filter, no doubt. Okay. If this is going through Dave Filoni and Filoni is, you know, this is now going to be like, you know, if this is what's happening, if they're turning Mando into a movie, this is going to be under Filoni's watch. Filoni as the new chief creative officer. It's going to be under his watch, and he's going to be responsible for this thing. And I don't think he's going to allow whatever Jon Favreau did to hit the light of day. He's going to change it up somehow.
Leave it alone, dude. You couldn't do any better than you did in season 2, and you ruined it in season 3, man. Where people just
Yeah.
It was just not in, because you know what?
They destroyed this franchise in season 3. They absolutely did.
Because they're trying. I'm going to tell you this: they are setting all these movies up for a future that is non-existent right now. They are giving y'all the Happy Meal version of stuff, dude. And the thing about that they're pissed about is they're going to make you eat the gruel. They're trying to change the food table, dude, and it's not working. It's not going to work. You know what? Because girls don't go back and say, hey, man, I want to check out that movie from that Barbie movie from not this one that came out, but they're not looking and say, I want to see Barbie 1987 in the cartoons. No, they don't want to see My Little Pony from way back then. They want to see something that's relevant. They don't want to go back to yesteryear. You know, I don't see any girls saying, go Power Rangers, the first one. They don't. Come on, man. That's not. And if it is, it's such a small audience like they're not thinking, oh, man, you know, while I'm changing diapers, why don't I watch freaking Strawberry Shortcake? Nobody's checking for that. It's over. Nobody's checking.
Esmeralda's asking, how is season 4 a movie? Let it be a season. 1,000%. 1,000%, Esmeralda. Thank you. She's one of my biggest supporters, always showing up, leaving comments. Thank you for being here. Yeah, let's talk about this. Let's go through this article real quick because it's going to explain exactly what's going on here. So in a surprising turn of events, the rumor mill is suggesting that the 4th season of The Mandalorian might turn out to be the next Star Wars movie instead of the one starring Daisy Ridley as Rey. Again, a film nobody's asking for. According to Jeff Snyder on the Hot Mic, that might be what's happening. He claims the odds are in its favor that a movie of The Mandalorian is on its way in place of a 4th season, claiming that this new development may be influenced by the disruption caused by the writer's strikes and the actor strike earlier this year. When they gonna stop blaming everything on the strikes? Every time they make a move, oh my God, it's because of the strikes. Like, why? It's like nobody's buying it anymore, Hollywood. Star Wars is in a horrible place, and that has absolutely nothing to do with the writers and actors strike. It probably has something to do with the writers. It definitely has something to do with the writing, but it has nothing to do with the strikes. But they keep trying to blame everything on the strikes. And then in addition, he also said, it's going to come out ahead of Rey. The original plan was for the next installment to be a season of TV, as Jon Favreau earlier said this year. All the scripts are done. Okay. So all the scripts for season 4 done. Absolutely done. Snyder says the strikes may have changed some things. And even Brendan Wayne, okay, one of the stunt doubles, he said he was underway, or season 4 Mando is getting ramped up. He didn't say Mandalorian, he said Mando. So again, season 4. So that tells me straight up, they're throwing something out there. They're just throwing this out there. Okay, let's see what happens. Maybe the fans will get excited. Oh, yeah, we want a movie. We want a movie. Because listen, the reason that they're doing this, Esmeralda, to answer your question, why would they want to do a season 4 as a movie is very simple. Star Wars is a film franchise. It started in theaters. It is a cinematic franchise. It does best when it's in theaters. And the longer Star Wars has been out of theaters, people start to miss it. It, kind of loses some of its luster, especially when you have all of these other franchises, like Marvel and DC constantly putting stuff out in the atmosphere. So that's one of the main reasons why they're trying to push this into theaters rather than, just letting it be a season of TV and absolutely develop an actual movie that fans can get interested in. T, you got something to say?
Oh, I think they've been hesitant to this because Mando leaves you with more questions than answers because you're look at him with that helmet on right now. It's hot. You're not hot under there. Is there a cooler? Is there AC system?
Man,
what is going on with this thing, man? God dang, dude, that's heavy.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with it. He's talking about Mando being hot in his helmet. Man, golly. Come
on. D, do you want to see this movie? No,
I want to see Star Wars be great again, but I'm not interested in I'm not interested right now in the Mandoverse, period. Not like I want to be. I want to be interested in love Star Wars like I did when I was a kid growing up. That's what I want. All right. I want great Star Wars content. Mando season 1 and 2, great Star Wars content. You get to season 3, and it's like, what the hell is this? They threw Lizzo in that thing, man. They threw Lizzo in a Star Wars TV show.
It's the woman DeLorean. The woman DeLorean.
And then they turned, then they made it about Bo-Katan. They made it about the female. It's like, and again, I don't have a problem with that. You know, let that be Din Djarin's story. And then if you want to tell a separate Bo-Katan series, do so. You know, but it's like, no. We're going to let Din Djarin get built up. We're interested in this character. We're interested in his journey. I wanted to see the retaking of Mandalore. I thought that's what we were going to get. And we kind of got that. But the whole season was just nonsense. What's up?
It's too expensive to do for a TV series. So yeah, you could have. I can see they're trying to get a big budget series to be a to be a movie, right? But this is not the reason why they're not doing well like they should is because it's too Disney, man. People don't respect what Disney does, dude. They don't feel like this is what. I don't want to get the wonderful world of Walt Disney when I get these movies. I want to see this be a separate entity, but part of the umbrella. You've done that with the Marvel characters. You're doing that now, dude. You're not giving us good movies, dude. Solo was a great movie, Act 1 and 2. Act 1, 2.5, and then the third act. It's just like what, dude? And I'm not geeked for freaking Donald Glover. I don't think Donald Glover's I don't look at him as some action hero, dude. Stop all that, dude. Put somebody in there that's a man's man to play these roles that are not. No, and I'm not. Hey, Donald Glover, man, I think you're very talented, dude. But I don't think you don't scream, "Hey, that's Space Pimp." I don't see it. You know what I mean? I don't see you as Space Pimp, dude. They had you smashing a robot. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on here? What is going on?
That was the worst. I think that that told you right there that Star Wars was off the rails. You know, when he was talking about, what was it, L3 or whatever. Yeah, I thought that was the dumbest, man.
Right, and you don't need to
Star
tell
Wars was at one of his all-time lows.
They tell the stories in Star Wars as if everybody's idiots and can't put two and two together, man. Stop telling the stories as if everybody is just a straight idiot, dude. That's why everybody checks out on this stuff and say, wait a minute, dude, this doesn't jive with all the other content that you have around you.
You won't get an argument from me, bro. You will not get an argument from me. But yeah, let me finish this up real quick. So earlier this week, we shot down rumors again. They're talking about Daisy Ridley movie. They said that movie was going to start shooting in April. And now, no, actually, that's not the case. Okay. No direct correlation between the Mandalorian shooting schedule. The Charmaine Obaid-Chinoy directed film could still come out in May of 2026, as we've been assuming, as the Mandalorian season 4 should be ready to come out in 2025. Anyway, look, this movie, this one right here, absolutely nobody cares about. The character of Rey is an absolute joke. Nobody is interested in this character, but yet here we go. We're getting this film anyway. So I think this whole situation with Mando possibly being a movie, I think, again, it's one of these situations. And you think, and tell me what you think about this, T. Star Wars is in absolute shambles, and they're just going to start throwing ideas up there against the wall and seeing what happens. Okay. They already named Dave Filoni as the chief creative officer. Somebody put this in the chat, and I was like, yeah, they're just throwing ideas out there. They said, oh, we're going to do this Rey movie, and we're going to announce, make some announcements about it and just see where everybody is at. Are people excited, or are people like, nah, I ain't tripping off of that, And then you get this situation where, oh, okay, we're going to change Mando season 4 into a movie. Let's throw that out there and let's see what everybody thinks. What do you think, T? Am I on point with that?
I think you're on point, man. I think we can go on and on and on and on about what we feel about this, right? They're not going to change ultimately, right? Because we're not the decision makers when it comes to this, but we are the fans, right? We sort of are, but it's just, you've already ruined it, man. And people aren't, I know America's about second chances, dude, second, third, fourth chances. But come on, man, you guys are, you need to build up.
How many chances are we going to give Star Wars, right?
But you got to build
How
up
many
credits.
chances
You got to build.
these
If
dudes?
you don't build up credits, dude. If you don't build up credits, dude, it's not gonna work. You got to build up credits, dude. You should read the comment section here. Where everybody's right, dude.
Yeah, let's check out the
what,
comments real quick. Hold on. All right, so Disney movies shouldn't surpass a $100 million budget. Their creation seems driven by obligation rather than a genuine desire to produce them. Yeah, 100%. 100% agree. Let's see. Rey is a feminist. Leia was feminine. Man, Esmeralda's, she's always on point with that. Princess Leia is the type of princess women of all ages like. Rey is only relevant for an era that will pass in history. 1,000%. Thank you so much for that comment, Esmeralda. Yeah, I mean, Leia is a classic. What's the word I'm looking for? Leia is a classic female protagonist character. You know, she's beautiful, she's soft, she's feminine, but she knows how to step up and do what it is that she needs to do for the narrative, for the story. Okay. Absolutely love Leia. I mean, that's the kind of character you want. Let's see. Remember when they added Photon and Miss Marvel to the Captain Marvel movie? Now they're adding Mando to the Rey movie. I smell desperation. Well, they're not adding Mando necessarily to the Rey movie, although you never know. You never know how they're going to do this thing. They could always do it. No, at this point, what they're basically doing is they're just adding, they're going to change Mando season 4 from a Disney Plus series to a movie again, because they haven't had anything in theaters. It's been, I don't know what, 4 years. Okay. 4 years since Star Wars had a movie in theaters. So, they're getting desperate. They know they need to get something in theaters.
I thought it was 2018 or
2019. 2019. That was the rise
2018.
Of
well, was it 2019?
2019, the rise of Palpatine.
Man,
some say the rise of Skywalker, the rise of Palpatine. And then 2018 was Solo. Yeah, that was the Star. That was Solo. But yeah, exactly. This person, what's it? Hold up. Sorry. Raphael, exactly. How can they see that no one wants this? I refuse to believe that they can be this stupid and keep making these financial mistakes that anybody with 2 working brain cells would be able to see. I mean, I don't get it either, man. I don't understand what's happening here. I'm not sure why in the world would you do this. And what you really should be doing is firing Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy needs just to be fired. So why have they not fired her? And looks like we got a super sticker. Thank you, Blackjack. Super sticker for $3. Appreciate that. Why would you? I can't see what the sticker is, but whatever. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. Why would you not just fire Kathleen Kennedy at the end of the day? Just get her out of there.
I don't think that's going to help, dude. I don't think that's because we're talking about Disney as a whole. They're not delivering to the fans what they want, man. They're trying to make something PC that nobody's asking for. Nobody cares about that. As long as you're respectful, dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're going to have to tell a joke and it could be offensive, dude. Like, that's just what America's set up for, right? I think just like things are different. What I knew to be bullying is different from this kind of bullying they got now. Somehow I remember bullying being like, hey, man, you better, hey. I remember Debo kind of bullying, right?
Yeah.
Over. That's over with now. It's cyberbullying. They're trying to change. Disney's trying to change a good thing, and they're not going and obviously this stuff is not testing well. Because the sad part that we're not even talking about, and I'm sure we're going to get to one day, we're not even talking about the stuff that doesn't make it to the actual production floor. That's whack. You know what I mean? There are plenty of things, just as there are plenty of things that didn't make it that are good. There's even an abundant amount of stuff that's even worse than what we got, dude. Come on. So it could be a lot worse.
All right. Thanks, T, man. We're going to move on with this one. So this next topic right here, this one came out earlier this week, man. And this was an absolute doozy, man. This one had me my jaw just hit the floor. When I saw what was going on over there at Disney. And there's going to be a lot of talk about this, I think, over the next weeks and months, because Disney's in trouble, man. Disney is in deep trouble. They got some answers or some questions that are going to need some tough answers. And I'm not sure if they got them. I don't know if they got these answers, bro. You can see right here on Deadline, Disney's Reedy Creek tenure called akin to bribery in a report from the DeSantis appointed oversight board. This is huge. This is probably, in my opinion, it's got to be one of the biggest stories right now in Hollywood, in business, that Disney basically has been running a corrupt company. And we probably know there's a lot of other companies that have been corrupt, but Disney got caught with their hand in the cookie jar by this oversight board. And this woke company is about to absolutely get just absolutely destroyed in the courtrooms. And, these cats have a ton of evidence. There may be jail time happening for some folks. There may be some legit jail time going down. Okay. That's where this thing is right now. I am, and I don't know. Have you heard this story, T?
No, I haven't heard the story, but it's a newsflash. I don't care. I don't care. Are you giving me my movies that I want? Are you going to lower the price, dude? I don't care about this. Here's
the thing. Here's the reason. And I don't blame you for not caring because, there's a lot of, chicanery going on in, corporate America anyway. So it's always kind of like, all right, whatever. This is another story of that. But I think this is different because we've talked about Disney going woke. We've talked about Disney making content, attacking fans. We've talked about all of this crap for years and years and years. And Disney has never been held to account for any of it. And this entire time, they've been running a corrupt company behind the scenes. And you know how it is, T. There's like, at some point in time, you do have to end up paying the piper. If you've been living like a dirty life, what do they say? God don't like ugly. You've been living a dirty life. You've been doing all kinds of dirt and you just been getting away with it. You haven't been respectful to your audience, to your core customer base. You haven't been respecting these folks. You just been kind of pissing in they, drinks and telling them that it's, oh no, that's Kool-Aid. Go ahead, drink that. They've been giving us nothing but trash content. And then they've been mistreating people at their theme parks. They've been pushing woke crap at the theme parks. It's just been a disaster for Disney. When it comes to their entire company, the way that things work. It's not the Disney we grew up with. The Disney we grew up with was a place, hey, I don't have a problem taking my kids to this thing. I don't have a problem taking my kids to Disneyland, taking my kids to a Disney film. I have no problem with that. Now, this is where we're at. This company is being caught up in bribery.
But this is a classic case of your chickens coming home to roost, right?
Right.
So you have all these things built up, man. This fantasy world, man. You know what I mean? This larger than life company. That's man. I remember when they were on the brink of bankruptcy, dude. They were doing so poorly, dude. But they made some right moves and it paid off. You know what I'm saying? And they've got this big conglomerate now. And everybody's gonna gun for you when you're making $1 billion every movie. Everything you popping out is worth $1 billion, dude. They'll figure out a way to course correct, dude, and they're gonna do the right thing. A lot of the things that I think they're happening with us as an audience is that they're giving you exactly what you wanted, man. Hey, you wanted this. You wanted this. Here, I gave it to you. I've checked off the box. I tried it your way, and the audience wasn't feeling it because that's not what you guys want. You know what I mean?
No.
The other problem that you see this happening, I think this happened back in I want to say like 2015, 2016. I think the material versus the tangibility is not matching, right? So meaning if I read source material or if I read it and I see it, they're not in synchronism, right, to what I was expecting, right? One of the things that's great, what we talked a little bit about Invincible is that source material is they're trying to get it as close as they can to what they wrote in the books, and then they could do different things with it, right? Hey, here's a reiteration, here's a version that we're telling, and it checks all the boxes, right? And I still feel interested in it. Disney doesn't do that. Disney has a lot of crime. I mean, come on, man. We're talking about a company that, a kid got ate by an alligator, dude, in their park, dude. And they got
yeah. Now this company is dirty. Like Fred Lawson, right? The bill always comes due.
The bill comes due.
Always comes due. That's basically what's happening right now, man. Disney has got some bills to pay. Okay. Disney has got some bills to pay. Let's go ahead and check out what they're talking about, just so people can get an idea of how bad this thing is for Disney right now. So the Central Florida Tourism Oversight Board, a Ron DeSantis staffed entity that replaced Disney's Reedy Creek Improvement District Council, is set to consider a scathing report it commissioned that calls the media giants during its time in control over the area where Walt Disney World is located akin to bribery. All right. So they've already ruled on this thing. They are going forward with this report, and they're going to absolutely take Disney to court. This is going to be absolutely hilarious. Now, check this out. Here's what's going on. What is now evident is that Disney is not just controlled by the Reedy Creek Improvement District, but did so by effectively purchasing loyalty. A vast majority of the employees at Reedy Creek were working hard to do their jobs and were diligent in doing so. Nonetheless, because of the decisions made by Reedy Creek management and the board of supervisors, their work was tainted with the appearance of impropriety. As comprehensively documented for years, the company treated district employees like Disney employees, for instance, providing complimentary annual passes and steep discounts and benefits and perks that were akin to bribes. Keith, this is straight up like we go down to city council building. You know, we own a business, right? We own a business. We go to the city councilman and we go, hey, you know what? We got some complimentary gifts for you guys, right? We got some annual passes for the city councilman. All right, we got some discounts. You guys can come into the store and buy all of this stuff for free. All right, yeah, come on. And oh yeah, by the way, when we need something, y'all got our back, right? Like basically, that's what's happening here. That's what's happening here, man. That's what's going on with Disney. They are bribing the local district employees. Let me get to this one last thing because I want your opinion on this part too, right? All right. So here's the next thing. The reports also says the control over the inner workings of the district was exercised in additional ways. For instance, contract offers were sent out to a closed list of approved bidders. So they only had a small little list of people that could bid for a project. Not only was there no way for new businesses to enter the mix, no mechanism existed to determine whether the district was receiving services rendered at fair market prices. This is what Disney was doing, bro. You remember that situation, and me and T live in the same city. You remember that situation with the trash, right? You remember that situation with the trash deal, okay? All right, with the mayor, basically the mayor of our town, he was like, oh yeah, I'm working side by side with this little trash company, and everybody was getting laced up in that. Everybody's getting laced up. All right, the city council, the mayor, everybody. And it was like, okay, we're going to go with this trash company against all of these other trash companies. It's like, well, why aren't y'all taking our bid? Y'all even looking at us. We're a better deal than these cats. And they were overbidding for this one trash company. And that's literally with the same thing that's happening here, bro. Exact same thing. You can't even tell if this is the fair market for what the services are. Disney is a corrupt company, man. Super corrupt. And they're doing this all at the taxpayers' expense. Everybody that was paying taxes in there, whether it was business or residents, I don't think there were many residents. There was just a lot of businesses. Everybody is corrupt in there. All right, T, your gloves are off. Have at it. Look, T speechless.
No, I'm not. I'm going to say something unpopular. I'm a villain, and I have no problem being a henchman. And
shit, here we go.
I've been a henchman before, and I've benefited from it. So I don't care. They did what they had to do. It's business. I don't care, right? They did what they were trying to do.
Man, don't do business with T, y'all. This cat's unscrupulous.
When they used to. No, I'm not saying I'm not ethical. I'm saying that, hey, you know,
this is the counter to ethics, T. We're talking about a company.
Do I think it's trash? Yeah, I think it's trash. But
you're talking about a company that is saying, oh, you know what? We only got a closed list of approved bidders. A closed list. Not everybody gets to bid for this.
This is
not everybody gets in on this.
You know what? When you're talking about the stuff, you think what happened, even when you reference something that happened in City Carson. Listen, this stuff happens across the board. Everybody's just being quiet about it because it's like, man, ooh, that's too bad, man. I hope it doesn't. I hope y'all find out about me, dude.
But nobody gets their hands
everywhere. This is happening everywhere.
But
hold on, D. Hold on.
All right, go ahead, bro.
What y'all think? This is what you cannot think that bad people only get together with a plan in the movies. They're far more James Bond specters than anybody could ever imagine, dude. It's just keeping quiet.
No disagreement.
Small town. If you're a small town, dude, this happening, dude. This happening in a business. It's happening, dude. I am sorry, dude. The local liquor store that's in your neighborhood, dude. They are scratching those scratch-offs, and they are winning, and they're giving the lotto tickets to their buddies. Everybody is doing it, dude. It's just, will I get caught? Y'all need to wake up, dude, and smell the coffee, dude, because
it don't make it acceptable, bro.
So what?
Just because you are so basically what you're saying is because everybody does it, it's okay for Disney to do it. It's not okay for Disney to be ripping off the taxpayers, bro. It's not okay. That's not cool. A company that we all are, hey, we support, what Disney owns, but we don't necessarily support Disney, but we want Marvel to be great. We want Star Wars to be great. That's why we talk about this stuff. But what ends up happening is this company is dirty and rotten to the core. That's the thing I'm talking about. That all of these Disney executives,
you don't think
no, listen to what I'm saying, T. These Disney execs are corrupt and crooked people. And that's what's controlling. Yeah, I get it. I get that this happens everywhere. And that's kind of the problem in this country is that everybody just looks over it and whatever, man, it happens everywhere. Everybody's doing it. Everybody is getting away with it. So let everybody get away with it. This is antithetical to capitalism. That you won't let fair market prices determine the next bidders. You won't say, okay, these guys can get the job done, and you're not going to allow that to enter the boardroom. And hey, all right, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's see what's happening. Oh, this guy has this bid. This guy has that bid. No, that's not cool. That's not cool at all, T. I can't. And again, to me, it's more or less about Disney as a company that owns all of our properties being this dirty and this corrupt and this scandalous. This shit is trash. This shit is trash. It needs to be called out by everybody. Disney needs to be held accountable for all of this shit. This shit needs to be held. That's what I'm saying.
I agree, G. But you remember in the movies when we watched in the 80s and the 90s when the corporations used to be the bad guys? This is it. Is that in movies anymore? No. That trope is gone. That's gone, right? Because, people have shareholders. They're doing this, they're doing that, and we don't want to be offensive. We want to do a nicer, friendly, cuddly way of doing business. Is this ethical? No, man. It's not ethical, dude. It's not right, dude. But I understand it, dude. I understand he's trying to cut corners, man, to make stuff happen, dude. You don't want to know what's happening in the back of the restaurant to make your goddamn steak and your other stuff, dude. It's ugly, dude. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that because they don't want a smart population. They don't want you to do your research. They don't want you to say, hey, guess what, man? You know what I mean? Hey, in order to get this to you, man, like most people don't think, oh, man, how's my ketchup?
And T, that's exactly why you got to call it out because they think the population is stupid and they think people are just going to pass it by. Oh, as long as we're cranking out good content, everything is cool. But see, the problem is when you don't crank out good content,
they're doing everything to make the population. The school makes you stupid. School does not. All school does is make you be a rinse, wash, repeat society. So of course. If I got a stupid consumer and I'm giving them things to make them think they're a little bit educated, why not, dude? And I'm giving them entertainment. I'm gonna dumb them down. It's the lunch benches, it's the bleacher situation at high school, dude. Because that's where people feel comfortable, man. Oh, it was really cool when I was a cool kid. I used to eat cereal and do the. I'm telling you, man, they don't want real life scenarios, dude. You do not want to know what the cook is in the back doing, dude, to make sure everything is right, dude. You're like, what is that? That's nasty.
All right, so bringing it into this situation, I love this comment right here. Now, check this out. I just finished reading through the audit. Wow, pretty bad. I read the summaries, the expert testimony, and the sections that I thought were interesting. My conclusion is that Reedy Creek was corrupted by Disney. No. Reedy Creek was ran by corrupt Disney. Disney was running Reedy Creek. I've been watching, and I know you guys are friends of the channel, WDW Pro. He's been covering this. Valiant Renegade has been covering this. Legal Mindset has been covering this. You guys go watch their channels. They do a much better job than I'll ever do when it comes to deep diving into this stuff. If you watch one video, just one video out of this, you are going to be astonished at how bad this situation really is. But to just keep going with this situation, keep in mind that the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District hired professional auditors, people who want to maintain their reputation for accuracy. They aren't in the pocket of the CFTOD. They never said that there was corruption. They just provide the evidence. Yeah, see, they aren't saying that there's corruption. I'm saying there's corruption just by looking at what they're doing. But Reedy Creek Improvement District was in the pocket of Disney. Again, they were Disney as far as I'm concerned. Disney was running the government. They were running their own government. That's basically what was happening there. All right. You got it says here, keep in mind that Reedy Creek was a government entity, an extension of the Florida legislature. Disney, a private company, and Reedy Creek were so entangled that you couldn't tell the difference. Exactly. This again is a company.
Why are these stories buried though? Why are these stories buried? Because nobody wants to tell themselves, man. It's like Boys Town.
Well, it's not buried right now. This is on Deadline, and this thing has absolutely been covered to death, okay, by several entities. So I'm interested to see where this thing goes.
TMZ ain't cover it.
You know what? It's gonna be interesting to see. Hey, when the shit starts rolling downhill, watch everybody start picking up on this. Watch everybody start picking up on this situation. T, I know you got to go, bro. Thanks for swinging by, man. I know you're a busy dude. You always got something going on, man. So thanks so much for us coming by and hanging out just for a moment. We are still going, folks. I got a lot more to go in with. We got a lot more to go in with. So hang tight. But T, hey, appreciate you coming through, bro. What you got going on this week?
Man, I've got a sorry folks, I've got a Christmas party to attend, you know, do a little elbow rubbing and, you know, make stuff happen. And but I enjoyed my time here, man. Hey, as always, man, you guys are dope, man. Dope. Please support, you know what I mean? Hey, you're part of this community. Love you. Don't mind me, man. I get riled up sometimes, but love y'all, man. Y'all dope.
All right, T, brother. I'll see you next time, bro. Take it easy.
Right, see you.
All right, folks. So we're going to keep going, man. I got more. Okay. All right. I got more on the menu. So yeah, let's just get back to this real quick because like I said, it says here, nowhere else in the US does that exist. Excuse me. And they're talking about where a private company is running a government entity. Nowhere else in the United States does that exist. So you got to start asking questions. How did this happen? Well, a lot of bribery, a lot of corruption, okay? You know, paying people off, doing what they got to do behind the scenes to let everybody, you know, these Disney employees called the Reedy Creek Improvement District, you know, run everything out there in Florida. I mean, it's absolutely crazy, you know, and now we got this situation, which I love right here. Elon Musk going off on Bob Iger saying, yo, Bob need to get up out of here. All right. Bob need to be fired. Why is Bob still employed? Why is Bob still the CEO? There's a lot of reasons why Bob needs to be fired. Number one, he is absolutely running Disney into the ground. Why this guy is still on board with Disney is beyond me, man. But he is running this dude into the ground. All right. Disney has to get rid of this guy, but, you know, he's Bob Iger, so he's going to be hanging out. But, yeah, Elon's just going off on him, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. This is from Well Spoken. I agree with the DA. Corruption in industries is a business contagion that permeates the fair market of investors and regular customers. 1,000%. This is, again, why it is so important for communities, you know, wherever they are, wherever we find them. These communities have to start speaking up and speaking out against this type of shit because this is trash. Okay. You got like hardworking taxpayers, like everything is getting harder. You know, your dollar doesn't stretch as far as it used to stretch. So think about it from that standpoint. You got a damn, company that's, you know, basically bilking the taxpayers, you know, probably hiking up all of the prices for every service that they're purchasing. They're bilking you, the taxpayer, for this type of shit. And they're not even giving us good content in return. It's like Disney is just a trash company all the way around, man. So yeah, Bob Iger, yeah, you're absolutely, he needs to go. He needs to go, man. It says here, Elon is attacking yet another advertiser that has left X/Disney. He pounced on the news that New Mexico sued Meta over allegations it didn't shut down child exploitation. And then the CEO wrote that the ex-CEO wrote that Disney CEO Bob Iger should be fired for advertising on Meta platforms. And basically what he's saying is this. It's like, where's it at? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so there's a lawsuit right now going on in New Mexico. The lawsuit alleges that Meta's social networks aren't doing enough to protect kids and that Instagram and Facebooks are not safe spaces for children, but rather prime locations for predators to trade child pornography and solicit minors for sex. This is what the Attorney General of New Mexico has said. One user pointed out that, yeah, Disney's still advertising on Meta. They got no problem putting stuff out there on Instagram and Facebook. All right, no problem whatsoever. And then, yeah, let me zoom in on this. It's a little small. And yeah, basically, Musk chimed in saying Bob Iger thinks it's cool to advertise next to child exploitation material. Real stand-up guy. And then another person said why Iger hasn't been fired yet. Musk replied he should be fired immediately. You know, Elon is out here beefing, right? He out here beefing with Bob Iger because of the advertiser situation, no doubt about it. So I'm kind of like liking Elon a lot more lately. You know, that's again why I make that shirt. You know, because I love this guy and the way that he's approaching this situation. He's kind of like he's raising the bar and the conversation. He's putting it out there on X. He's putting it into the atmosphere, and he's got everybody talking about Disney in the way that Disney needs to be talked about right now. Disney needs to be told, hey, what you're doing right now, what you've been doing in entertainment, what you've been doing with your business, you know, with your business dealings, everything that you're doing right now, everything that Disney is doing at this moment right now is garbage, you know? And as a fan of some of the stuff that they own, you know, I'm like, hey, you know what? Keep it going, Elon. You know, but it's not just because of the fact that they're ruining our franchises. That's not the reason. It's again, this company is dirty. This company is pushing agendas left, right, and center that have nothing to do with the values that we care about as Americans. And the value we care about is just common people, just regular, normal people. We care about the values that we grew up on and that we want to raise our children on. And Disney is coming in here pushing all of these alternative messages and values. And they're doing that in such an overt way. It's kind of like, hey, somebody needs to take these cats down and show them what time it is. And so you got a cat like Elon basically saying it out there in the atmosphere, putting it out there on X. I love it. Okay. I absolutely love it. It's like at some point in time, somebody's got to do it. And these, you know, the woke left, they're afraid to talk about Disney. They're afraid to say anything negative about Disney. You know, like WDW, he call them, what do you call them? The pixie dusters. Okay. You know, he called them the pixie dusters. You know, this company needs to be absolutely taken to task for everything that they've been doing in American culture. And so I'm so glad to see Elon stepping in and saying, yeah, go fuck yourself, Bob. I love that. I love that. You know, coming out against free speech. Oh, Elon wants to say this. Hey, free speech, you know, free speech, you know, let's everybody talk. It's the public square. Let everybody have what, you know, say what it is that they got to say. And we'll let the public decide if this is good or if this is bad. Like, that's how it should be, you know? But Bob Iger and everybody, we're going to pull our money out of that. We don't want to be a part of a free speech platform. That's bullshit, you know? So, yeah, I'm glad that Elon Musk is taking these dudes to task right now, man. I'm so happy about that. Yeah, and then he responded to a news headline about his call for Iger's firing with one word, truth. Yeah, I don't know how long Bob Iger's going to make it, you know? You guys in the chat, how many years do you give Bob Iger at this point? Do you give him one more year? I don't think he's going to live out his current tenure. I don't think he's going to live it out. I think Bob Iger is on his way out, especially with this fraud probe or this bribery probe, all of this stuff, all of this crap going on at Disney. And this is all under Bob Iger's watch. Let me know in the chat, just a number. 1 year? Do you think he makes it 2 years? You know, 3 years? How long does Bob Iger keep his job as CEO of Disney? Or is this cat on his way out? Let me know in the chat. All right, we're going to move on. Man, this situation, man. I did a video about this one too, man. I did a video about this one. This situation. Oh, I'm always laughing at I'm always laughing at these Disney princesses. Okay, I'm always cracking up with these Disney princesses. Man, hold up, let me get this out of the way real quick. We got $5. Hey, James Hopkins, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Much love. I still think they cooked the books on Captain Marvel. That movie did not make $1 billion. I'm right there with you. Okay, I'm right there with you. I don't think it made $1 billion either. You know, because I'm like you guys, okay? I was in theaters just like you guys were, all right? I'm in theaters and I'm like, you know what? There's not that many people here. I think I saw it twice. I saw Captain Marvel twice in theaters. I saw it the first night that it dropped. It was about a half full, you know, theater. It wasn't packed. It was about half full. The second time I watched it, it was a Saturday afternoon. I want to say it was that following Saturday after it came out. Saturday afternoon. I'm looking in the theater when I first got there. I went with somebody, and I was like, there's nobody here. And I said, well, it's early, you know. It was like maybe 5 minutes before showtime. You know, I think the trailers were playing at that time. So I said, you know what? Nobody's here. I'm gonna go run to the, you know, but I was making that note. It's like, hey, nobody here. And then I came back after going to the restroom, and I sat there like maybe like 10 people at most in a pretty large theater. Nobody was there. Nobody was there. And I was like, wow, man, this is crazy, man. This is a Marvel movie. But I had already saw it, and I was like, I didn't really feel it the first time. I hated it even more the second time I watched it. So, yeah, I think they cooked the books 100%. I'm agreeing with you, James. They absolutely cooked the books. This movie did not make any money, did not make a billy. Okay, no chance in hell they didn't make a billy. So yeah, that to me, I don't know. I think that right now, when it comes to Disney, when it comes to Marvel, they are doing everything in their power to try to make it like everything is fine. Okay, it's like that Leslie Nielsen meme. Nothing to see here, folks. While everything behind them is just blowing up in smoke. Nothing to see here, folks. Everything is good. Don't worry about it. We good. All right. That's basically what Disney is doing right now. And they're trying to hide all of the skeletons that are, you know, coming up. You know, there's so much disgusting crap going on there. It's just amazing, man. This guy, I wrote 2 to 3 because of how slow the court system is at that level. So he thinks 2 to 3 years. That's how long Bob Iger is going to last at Disney. I give him at least 14 months. I think 1 year. Okay. I think 1 year, and I think next year at this time, we're going to be talking about Bob Iger's found a replacement. You know, he's going to be saying, oh, yeah, I found my replacement, and that's that. I'm on my way home. I'm about to retire on my yacht and all that crap. Anton, I say 1 more year, and then KK immediately after. Man, Kathleen Kennedy need to get up out of here like right now, man, right now. You know, he says he's leaving in 26, but Peltz, yeah, Nelson Peltz, that's the guy that's probably going to push him out, man. That's the guy that's probably going to get the job done. 100%. Well-spoken, maybe 1.5, maybe, you know, we'll see. All right, let me get to this. This is so funny, man, to me. This situation right here, man. Oh, shoot, come on up. So, gosh, man, these Disney princesses, okay? Hallie and Rachel, you know, we do a lot of conversations about Rachel. We do a lot of talk about Rachel Zegler. We do a lot of talk about Halle Bailey because of the race swaps. Yes. Okay. They're race swapped Disney princesses. And that's what they will always be, is race swap Disney princesses. But, you know, I was trying to give Halle Bailey the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, look, at least you're acting like a princess. You know, you're not out here like Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler is, disrespecting Disney. Rachel Zegler is disrespecting the original classic Snow White, the very first film Walt Disney ever put out there. She is disrespectful to that film, calling a princess stalker, saying it ain't 1937. The values of 1937, those don't apply to me, you know, like just utterly disrespectful. And, you know, Halle wasn't doing that. Halle Bailey was basically saying, you know what? I'm going to be a princess. You know, even though I'm talking up all the little black girls and little brown girls and all that kind of crap because of the race swap, whatever. At least she's not coming out and slamming the original Little Mermaid. She's not slamming, you know, the context of her film and saying, oh, you know, this film ain't for us now. We're doing something different. We're doing something new. You know, she's not doing all of that BS, you know. So I wanted to give Halle the benefit of the doubt. But then we saw the stories coming out. You know, it's like, all right, you know, she got into that little situation with the nail salon. That was bullshit. You know, having her boyfriend calling this woman a racist. You know, again, I did a video about this discussing it, but she called this woman a racist because they canceled an appointment. And that's like, up there go, you know, Halle showing her true colors. Okay. She's showing her true colors and who she really is down deep. You know, that was kind of sad. But then they do this interview because, again, they got to do some repair to Rachel Zegler, right? Rachel Zegler, they got to repair this girl's image because her image right now is garbage. It is trash. It is in the absolute tank. So they got to do everything and they can in their power to try to fix Rachel Zegler's image so that way they can maybe make some money, but they're not going to make any money off of Snow White anyway. That's not going to happen. So in any case, they run this stupid interview, man. I'm going to play some portions of this interview. Here we go. All right. So this thing got to let an ad run. I'm gonna play a portion of the interview. The portion that I'm gonna play is specific to what Rachel thinks about the toxic trolls, as she calls them, the haters. Okay, people that basically criticized you trashing the original Snow White. It's like, oh, I trashed the original Snow White and y'all didn't like it, so you must be toxic haters and trolls. Like, basically, that's what she was saying. But yeah, let me see. I want to play this ad right here, or this video right here. Let me skip to it. Nah, that's a little bit too far. Hold up. It's about right here. Yeah, let me get right about here. Can y'all hear that? I don't know if y'all can hear that. It's kind of low. Let me get to the part that I want to talk about. Y'all can't hear that, huh? Yeah, it's kind of low. I don't know. I don't know how else to turn it up. I got the volume up as loud as it can get. But that's all right. Basically, this is what it's about, all right? This is a ridiculous thing. Halle Bailey is asking Rachel, hey, how do you deal with the trolls? How do you deal with all the toxicity? And, Rachel says, well, you got to have a little grace. You got to show some grace out here. You can't just listen to these people. You got to be more graceful, But if you go back over Rachel Zegler's career, she has shown zero grace when it comes to dealing with other people, when it comes to dealing with, her, when it comes to dealing with Gina Carano, she had zero grace at all. Zero. When it came to dealing with Jeremy Renner, she's quick to call people out on the stuff that she doesn't like. So there's no grace there. She was talking about, oh, you got to let people, experience their human emotions, let people be human. She was saying all of that crap. But it's like, well, wait a minute. Hold up, Rach. You was out there on Twitter like a maniac, just calling everybody out, everything that moves. All right. Actually, hold up. Let me see. I think they actually put the quote on here, if I'm not mistaken. We could just read it since we can't actually hear it. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me bring this up. Okay. Nah, that's not it. Yeah. Here we go. So this is the part. All right. So Bailey said, I want to respond, but I'll be like, no, it's okay. The way you're so graceful and respond, it's just the most beautiful thing to see. Because it's hard being a woman under the spotlight. People are so critical and say anything that they would never say to your face. They don't know me. I say everything that I got to say. I say it all to you. Okay. The same way you see me online is the same way I am in person, man. I'll say whatever it is I got to say. But yeah, here's Zegler. Okay. Choosing thankfulness and gratefulness is choosing peace. You hear this? Thankfulness and gratefulness. That's how she runs her life. As much as you'd like to remind people verbally that being in the spotlight doesn't absolve you of your humanity, that you're allowed to have human moments, it doesn't necessarily do what you want it to do. It fuels them. Exactly, Bailey says. So it's choosing to be present and know that they're probably just having a really hard day. And I'm putting out a movie. Amen. I mean, and you should have seen it, man. They were doing all the snap yes queen crap on top of that shit. Oh, man, that was like one of the most cringiest things I've ever watched in my entire life. But yeah, you hear what she's saying? You criticizing Rachel Zegler. You telling Rachel Zegler, hey, you know what? What you said about Walt Disney's original classic, that's bullshit. That's trash, man. You should be ashamed of yourself. How dare you? You're not a princess. You're not Snow White. What are you talking about? You having that kind of reaction to the nonsense that she's talking about? Oh, you're just having a hard day. While I'm putting out a movie, I'm out here making movies, poor people, that's how it comes off, right? It comes off like she's sitting there bragging about herself. I'm doing great things. What are you doing with your life? I'm putting out a movie. You're just having a hard day. And that's why you're complaining about my movie and everything that I said about it. And I think that's absolute garbage, man. I said in my video, just stand on your positions. Everybody should just stand on whatever it is you say. If you said it in public and you say it in private, Like I said, everything that I'm saying right now, I'll say it to anybody. I don't care because it's the truth. It's my opinion. And I actually respect people. If you give me your opinion, you can talk to me, say, hey, this is my opinion. I think you're wrong about this. And here's why. I will listen to that, and I'll give it the respect that it deserves. Hey, you know what? That's your opinion. You're a human being. You're approaching me respectfully. Okay, cool. Let's talk. And I will absolutely do that. But just saying that somebody's having a really hard day, coming out like that, that's just bullshit. But then again, this is what we've come to expect from this new era of Disney princesses. Honestly, this new era of actors. There's a lot of actors like this in Hollywood. These young, like, I guess, what are they? Zoomers, this Generation Z, era of actors in Hollywood. I mean, they're just trash, man. All of them. Not all of them. I shouldn't say all of them. There's a couple of them that are all right. All right. But for the most part, most of these people, man, I'm just not feeling them. Iman Vellani comes to mind. She's cool. All right. Iman Vellani, she seems to at least have her head on her shoulders, knowing the right things to say, yeah, she's in Ms. Marvel and that's a terrible, well, I don't know. I never finished watching Ms. Marvel, so I can't really comment on it. But yeah, she's in that show, or she's in the Marvels, so her, her acting career isn't necessarily off to a great start, when it comes to box office and popularity and things like that. But nevertheless, at least when she's interviewed and she talks, she knows how to comport herself, Jenna Ortega is another one. Jenna Ortega seems to have her head on her shoulders. She seems to know what the right things to do. And look, she's just out there working. She's getting in so many projects because she's a good actress, and she's just pushing the envelope and trying to build her career. And she's not saying anything to derail it, unlike Zegs over here, Zegler. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Jasper, Faye, princesses, more like excuses. Yeah, I mean, that's really what it is, man. All of these chicks, man, they're just full of excuses. They don't want to admit that they're wrong about all the crap that's coming down the pipe for them, man. They don't want to admit to it. And so, unfortunately, we got to deal with this stuff. But that was it, man. I've already done a video on it. So I was going to get T's opinion on everything, but T had to cut loose. So, but you guys tell me what y'all think about this whole situation right now. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous. Kevin Davis, Kev, man, what's up, baby? You always show up too, man. You're always in the comments. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for coming out to the live stream. I appreciate that. No company is perfect at all. Yeah, sometimes, no company is good company. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely the case. All right. So we got another one to discuss here. This one's involving Marvel. Marvel, they are in a bad situation right now. We all know that. We all know that. Marvel is not handling business, and they've had to bump back all kinds of content. They've had to bump back everything. They only have one movie coming out next year, which is Daredevil, or excuse me, Deadpool. They only have Deadpool coming out. They've bumped back all of their other series. I think the only thing coming out next year is, what is it? It's Agatha, Covenant of Chaos, or, Heart of Darkness, whatever the fuck it is. Nobody cares about Agatha. That is going to be probably one of the least watched shows that MCU has ever put out on Disney Plus. Nobody's checking for that. All right. So you got that. What was the other one that you got? You got Echo. Obviously, Echo's coming up. Is that it? I think that's it. I think that's it for Marvel next year. You got Deadpool, you got Echo, and you got Agatha. It's going to be absolute dog. I mean, there's nothing out for Marvel next year. Sony actually has three things. Sony has 3 films coming out next year. There's going to be more Sony Marvel projects, or just as many Sony Marvel projects as it is for Marvel. Yeah, Echo, well-spoken. I caught that. I remembered that. Yeah, Echo's coming out. And, early reviews say that it's all right. We'll see. I'll be definitely checking for that when it comes out. But here's what I want to talk about right here. This situation. Oops, wrong one. So Daredevil's gotten bumped back. All right. This is on Screen Rant. Marvel release update confirms what we all suspected about MCU's Daredevil show. The 2024 release schedule has been updated, seemingly confirming the suspected fate for the upcoming show Daredevil Born Again. Yeah, Daredevil once again is getting bumped back. Look, Marvel, it's just a dumpster fire right now. I mean, I don't know what else to call it. It's just an absolute dumpster fire. There's nothing working for this company right now. Everything that they've punched out there it's with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy this year, everything has failed. You're talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp. Okay, box office, bomb. Didn't make any money. All right. You're talking about, what was the other one we're talking about? You got Secret Invasion. All right. Absolute garbage series. People hated it. Nobody liked that series. That bombed, you know? So you got Secret Invasion. Then we went on to Loki. All right. Oh, no. Guardians of the Galaxy came next, I think. Or maybe it came before. Either way, Guardians was fine. Guardians was a good movie. Guardians at least made its money back. All right. So it's not a loss for Disney and Marvel. Then you go on to Loki. Now, Loki, whether you like Loki or not, I thought Loki was okay in season 2. I finished watching it and I thought it was all right. You know, not a terrible series. It's watchable. But at the same time, what were the ratings? You know, Samba TV still hasn't come out with the ratings for that. The ratings for Loki were in the tank. It was terrible. So Loki didn't do what it needed to do in the ratings. And then, of course, we get to the Marvels, and we all know how that turned out. So it's been absolute dreadful for Marvel, you know, when it comes to their content. They're just not getting the job done. But see, here we go. The 2024 release schedule update for Disney confirms a delay in production for Daredevil Born Again. So here's what's coming out. Echo, Agatha, and X-Men 97. Forgot about that one. X-Men 97 is coming out. After Daredevil Born Again was originally slated for release in the same year, now seemingly delayed. After problems were reported concerning Daredevil Born Again's production, it seems the show will likely be saved for 2025 after hiring a new showrunner and new directors and an overhaul of the show's tone and story to reflect those of Netflix's Daredevil. They should have never went away from Netflix's Daredevil. I don't understand why they were trying to go in a different direction. It should have been raw. It should have been gritty. It should have been violent. Like, that's what everybody liked about, you know, Daredevil to begin with. Why would you try to rewrite, you know, or reinvent the wheel? You know, Daredevil was a great show. I love Daredevil. To me, Daredevil is a top, like, 3, you know, television show for superhero content. Top 3 right off the bat. I can't think of anything that's, you know, next to it other than, you know, like the animated stuff. You know, when you're talking about, like, you know, Batman, the animated series, you know, Justice League Unlimited, you know, like those animated series, that's on the same level to me with Daredevil in terms of the quality, the writing, the stories, everything. But Daredevil is just a live action, like action-packed, gritty, bloody thrill ride every second of it. And then when you bring in the Punisher, oh my God, man. I just loved it, man. Somebody had introduced me to it. I didn't even realize, like, Daredevil was out. And then someone introduced that to me and they say, hey, man, have you seen Daredevil? And I was like, nah, what's that? And they say, is that the, you know, I was like, is that the Marvel thing? And they say, oh, yeah, it's great. And I thought they were talking about, like, the Ben Affleck movie when they first brought it up. I was like, no, I haven't seen it. They said, go on Netflix and watch that right now and get back to me. So I did. And I mean, I binged it immediately. I binged the entire series like over a weekend. It's amazing. You know, I'm not the entire series, the first season. You know, and I was looking forward to season 2, season 3. You know, I was on board. Daredevil is an amazing series. So you had that kind of buzz pretty much coming across the board in the superhero comic book space. You know, everybody loves and rants and raves about Daredevil. So why would you ever think, oh, we're going to overhaul the show's tone? The hell is wrong with you? These are the idiots that are controlling this stuff right now. Why would you want to overhaul Daredevil? Somebody help me understand that one. You know, when you have a successful show, especially when you're Marvel and right now everything is on the rocks, that's probably why they went back to the original tone, is because we're screwing up right now. Everything is just on the rocks. You know, we can't figure this situation out. Yeah, well spoken. I hope Echo is good, though. It looks good. I mean, the trailer looked okay. You know, the trailer looked all right. You know, I'm not going to say that was a bad trailer, but sometimes the trailer doesn't really tell you anything, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could watch a great trailer. Like, Star Wars, in my opinion, has never really had a bad trailer. Like, most trailers look good. You know, they look solid. But are these going to be good movies? That's another story altogether. You know, I hope Feige, let's see, says, I hope Feige wakes up. I don't like how Marvel is right now. You spot on with Daredevil. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Well spoken. Yeah, I hope Feige, you know, starts hiring good writers. The problem with Marvel is they went checkbox on this. Okay, they went super checkbox. We got to have a black woman. We got to have a female writer. We got to have this color for this character. We have to have all of these various checkbox. That's the problem with Marvel. And see, by doing so, they've lessened the quality of their content. Now it's like, hey, we care more about these check boxes than we actually care about the content itself. We think we can just roll out anything, put the Marvel Studios logo on that, we gonna be good. You know, we'll make money, people will come and check it out, people will give it a shot. And instead, and then the other thing that Kevin Feige was doing is because he wasn't hiring like competent people, he was stretching himself too thin because he was jumping from this to this to this to this to this. You know, I got to have my hand in everything that I'm doing, you know? And he's already come out and said, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'll show this to you guys. He's already come out and said, you know what I need to do? Because Doctor Strange made him realize that I need to actually get like some professionals on board, okay? I got to have professionals on board right now instead of all of these, let me see if I can find, nah, that's not really it. Let me see. Is this it? He says, yeah, I got to have these, professionals like Sam Raimi on board that know what they're doing. And I don't have to sit up here and babysit everybody. You know, I need to bring in some like, real live directors and, people that understand this crap, Oh man, I can't find, let me see. Is this it? Nah, that's not it. I can't really find the article. I did a video about that back in the day, but yeah, like Kevin Feige, basically, he just needs to get back to, making, hiring real people. And you go back and look at phase 1. If you look at phase 1, he hired Jon Favreau. Okay. That he did Iron Man. Who did Hulk? I think it was Louis Leterrier. I mean, he's a classic filmmaker. You got Kenneth Branagh. All right. Doing, let me just bring that up actually. You had Kenneth Branagh doing Thor, you had Joss Whedon doing Avengers. These are people that are deep into the lore. These are people that understand, we know what comic books are. We know what this stuff is, hey, don't worry about it, Kev. We got it. And we're all like filmmakers that have been in the game for a minute. So you don't have to sit up here and worry that we're going to be someone you got to handhold, you don't have to hold our hands with this stuff. You can just go out there and just like, all right, they're making the films. All right, we'll go ahead and just jump over here. Yeah, let's check this out. So here's the list of the creators for phase 1. Look at what we got. We got Jon Favreau, who did Iron Man, Louis Leterrier, who did The Incredible Hulk. All right, then Jon Favreau did Iron Man 2, Kenneth Branagh, right, with Thor, and then Joe Johnston. Joe Johnston, guys. Joe Johnston did Captain America, the First Avengers. One of the best directors you've probably never paid attention to. This cat, let me show you what this guy's, his filmography looks like. Look at this filmography, all right? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, all right? One of the classic comedies. The Rocketeer, The Page Master, Jumanji. This is the guy that you got working in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a guy that did all of this, all right? October Sky, Jurassic Park 3, which I consider underrated. I actually think Jurassic Park 3 is heavily underrated. It's a great film, all right? Hidalgo, the Wolfman. I thought the Wolfman was okay. And then he gets to Captain America, the First Avenger. You had like real live directors that had been in the game for a while. This guy had been in the game since 89 before he finally came out and directed Captain America, the First Avenger. So this is what you need. You need, like professionals. All right. You need professionals. And then, of course, Joss Whedon, say what you like or hate about Joss Whedon. All right. The guy had his resume. He was a filmmaker that did a lot. And, most people like the First Avengers. But yet, this is what was making phase 1. This is how the Marvel Cinematic Universe got kicked off. And this is where the problem is right now with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Wolfman surprised me. Yeah, Wolfman is, it's decent. It's not my favorite Wolfman story or werewolf story, but it is actually good, Gulag. It is actually good. But yeah, like, this is what Marvel needs. When you talk about, is Feige going to wake up? Is Feige going to figure this thing out? Is he going to get back to what Marvel used to be? He's got to bring people back here, man. He's got to bring back the Favreaus and the Leterriers and the Kenneth Branaghs. These classic, amazing filmmakers. This is why I always say Kevin Feige got lucky, because he had these guys, all right? He had these guys working for him, You got Joe Johnston coming in here. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. You got Joe Johnston coming in. You got Kenneth Branagh. Again, these cats are classically trained, amazing directors, writers, creatives. All Kevin got to do is just, go make a movie, and he could just sit back and, get dailies, But now let's contrast that with phase, let's go to phase 4, actually. Let's contrast that with phase 4 and what he had to deal with when it came to phase 4. Let's look at the filmmakers in phase 4. I'm just curious. I haven't looked at this. I didn't prep for this. So I'm just curious to see. All right. So here's who's making phase 4 films. All right. Kate Shortland with Black Widow. How many of y'all have watched tons of Kate Shortland films? None. Destin Daniel Cretton. Now, I don't think he did a terrible job with Shang-Chi. I know there's differences of opinions, but I don't think he did a terrible job with it. Chloe Zhao with the Eternals. Is Chloe Zhao like the person you think of when you think, oh man, you need a great film director that you ain't gonna have to babysit, that you don't have to handhold? Yeah, she made an Oscar-winning film, but like that's her only, like, this is like her second or third film, right? So like, how many people really like, like, look at this list. John Watts, obviously he did a good job with No Way Home. I still think like No Way Home benefited a lot from the nostalgia. It benefited more from Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker, and Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker coming back. I think it benefited a whole lot from that. Clearly, the story was still good, but I think it took it to a next level because we're bringing all of these Spider-Men in. So I think that's really why No Way Home took off the way it did. But I don't hate the film. Don't get it twisted. I don't hate it. But I think that it had a little bit more working for it. And then you get to Doctor Strange. Now, Sam Raimi came on late in the game. It wasn't originally supposed to be directed by Sam. It was supposed to be directed by the guy that did the first one. His name, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but it was supposed to be written by that guy. Okay. Or directed by that guy. And then he couldn't do it. And he said, all right, Scott Derrickson. That's it. Scott Derrickson couldn't do it. So Sam stepped in and look, he did what he could do with it. There was a lot of Sam Raimi-isms in that, a lot of the Sam Raimi stuff that's in the Multiverse of Madness, I love because I'm a Sam Raimi fan. Always have been, always will be. But yeah, the movie and the story, okay, by this guy, Michael Waldron. This is the same guy that's going to be writing the next 2 Avengers films. So good luck with that. All right, then you get to Thor: Love and Thunder. That shit was hot garbage. Of the hottest kind. It was absolute trash, man. Taika Waititi, and this dude is falling off, man. Taika Waititi has absolutely fallen off. I was looking at his career a couple of days back. Let me get to this. So, started out good, right? What We Do in the Shadows, that was fine. Hunt for the Wilder People, that was fine. Thor Ragnarok, I thought Thor Ragnarok was okay. All right. But then what happened? Jojo Rabbit, that's kind of mixed. Some people like Jojo Rabbit, some people don't. It's a mixed film. All right. It's very mixed. Then Thor: Love and Thunder. Whew. I think that is tied with Next Goal Wins, in my opinion, for his worst film. Next Goal Wins is a snooze fest. I don't know who likes that film. Shout out to the Polynesian community if you guys are watching. I don't hate y'all. A lot of cats in my city, Samoans and Polys, Tongas. We get along, man. I love these guys. But Next Goal Wins was hot garbage. That was a trash movie. It was a terrible movie, man. I'm like, what happened, Taika? It's like right after Thor Ragnarok, it's just been like a downward slide for this guy, But yeah, that was the next dude. And then Black Panther, which I haven't watched and I refuse to watch. I'm never watching this film. So, if you ask me anything about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, what happened, I am not going to watch this film because of how they treated the character of T'Challa. I just a stand I'm taking. I will never watch this film. I will never have an opinion on it because I don't know what it's about. I've never seen it, So yeah, that kind of puts a disconnect with me in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I will never watch Black Panther Wakanda Forever for what they did to T'Challa. They should have recast T'Challa. And then for them to go and push all of the women ahead. Nope. I'm good. Okay. Too much going on in my community for me to allow that, for me to let that slide, So yeah, no way, no how. But yeah, that's your phase 4. All right. That's how phase 4. And then phase 5, of course, we just got started with phase 5 this year. But yeah, that's the problem with Kevin Feige right now, man. This guy is like, he's trying to reinvent the wheel instead of just saying, you know what? Let me get some classic, great filmmakers. Let me just bring in great filmmakers that know everything, that, that have done this before. Let's bring these guys in, and let them just do it, And we don't have to worry. We don't have to sit up here and hold hands with, these young filmmakers, Chloe Zhao and, Ryan Coogler. And Ryan Coogler has done some good work. But, I have a feeling like they were having to hold his hand on a couple of situations, So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Kevin Feige has to, go back to what Marvel was back in phase one. He's got to go all the way back to the beginning, and he's got to start hiring like actual filmmakers. But how many filmmakers really want to be a part of Marvel right now? If you were talking about phase two and phase three, and maybe even before phase four started, everybody wanted to be a part of Marvel. Everybody wanted to be a part of this franchise. Oh my God, I get to make a Marvel movie. I'm going to have $200 million to play with and make this amazing superhero movie and all of this. Yeah. At that point in time, yeah, Marvel was all it. Marvel was everything. Now, nah, we're not feeling Marvel. We're not here for that shit. We don't want it no more. And, the Marvels being the box office bomb. Where is it at right now? I'm curious. Now I'm curious as to where the Marvels is right now on the box office on the worldwide. Let me see. Let's go. Let me go to Box Office Mojo. Because to me, when you're talking about a film that absolutely shit the bed, nothing shit the bed harder than the Marvels. Nothing. Man, look at this shit, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. This thing is still sitting at $198 million. Let me blow that up for y'all. So just in case y'all missed that, all right? It's still sitting at 198. This film cost almost $300 million to make. It definitely cost $270 million, and there's still more money that hasn't been accounted for in terms of its budget, its actual budget. And then, of course, you're talking about marketing. The marketing gets added on to that. What are we talking about here? $200 million. This thing still hasn't made. It's never going to make money. I've made more money off the Marvels than the Marvels or Disney has. I've made more money off of this film than they have. The actresses and the directors, everybody got paid. They got the money. Disney as a whole, they are not going to make any money off of this ever. This thing is, they've spent so much. And this is where they're at. This is where the Marvel Cinematic Universe is. This is the last thing that's come out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It hasn't even hit $200 million, y'all. That's pathetic. That's a pathetic showing right there. But yeah, that's where Marvel is at right now. Then we got Well-Spoken. Yeah, Thor, Love, and Blunder. I hated that. I hated it. It wasn't good. They turned Thor into a comedy piece. 1,000%, man. 1,000%. Yeah, it's a terrible film, man. It's a terrible film. All the way around. And I don't even think it's so much what they did with Thor necessarily. It's how, or not necessarily what they did with them. Like, they demasculated them, of course, and they kind of centered everything around Jane Foster. But like, ultimately, this entire series for Marvel has come down to one thing and one thing only: the agenda. MCU. That's what it came down to. They pushed this feminist, female-focused agenda, and that's never worked. It's never worked in comics, and it never will work in comics. It's just not something that the fans of comics are interested in. If you're a fan of comics, you're not interested in the MCU. That's just not something that you're interested in. That's just it. Anton's World of Videos. When I was a kid, I thought Shang-Chi would make a great movie, but I never actually watched it when they made it. Yeah, it's not. It's okay. It's watchable. I don't think it's the best thing that Marvel's done. Clearly, obviously, I don't even think it's it's not even probably in my top half of Marvel films. I mean, you can get through it. It's not going to hurt your feelings. Hollywood is like a lot. Hollywood is a lot like university admissions. Credentials are conditional. Yeah. Yeah, admissions into a university, into a college these days, it's kind of based on your skin color. It's who did your daddy go here, all that kind of stuff. That's basically how that goes, But yeah, that was it, man, for, Marvel and where they're at right now. I just think at this point, if the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to survive, Kevin's going to have to, number one, hire actual creatives, get rid of the checklist, get rid of his little checkbox list and get all of them people out of the company altogether. Just get rid of them. There's no reason to have these people hanging around. You're going to have to get rid of them cats. The second thing that he's going to have to do is he's going to have to say, you know what? We're just hiring professionals from here on. If you're not a professional, we're not interested in you at this point. We're not interested in bringing you in. If you don't have a long list of great films that you've already made, and you have a proven track record of putting butts in seats, if you don't have that, there's no way in the world I'm hiring you to do a Marvel film. It's just not going to happen. Okay. That's it, man. And in my opinion, if Kevin Feige gets back to doing that, I think Marvel will actually recover. I think Marvel will be all right. Marvel has a better chance of survival than Star Wars at this point, which pains me to say. I'm a big Star Wars fan, but it has a better chance at this point of recovering itself. They still got a lot of meat on the bone. You got the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. They haven't tapped into that, within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that is. So you have that working in your favor. Okay, if we could get X-Men going, if we can get Fantastic Four going, all right, we got something. All right. So I think that that's a smart thing if they can get those things going. Dr. Doom, obviously, as a character, Dr. Doom is one of the greatest villains in comic history, and he's never been done any justice whatsoever. He's never been done any justice. So if they can figure out what to do with Dr. Doom and get, if they got to nail it, though. It's kind of like I was saying when it came to Star Wars with Ahsoka. I said when I was at Celebration, I went to Star Wars Celebration in London, and I said this back then, that you have to nail Ahsoka. Ahsoka cannot be trash. Ahsoka cannot be garbage. Ahsoka has to be an absolute banger. All right, you got to knock this shit out of the park, okay, Dave Filoni. You got to knock this one into the cheap seats. You gotta kill this. You gotta crush this, because if you don't, your entire Mandoverse is going to implode. And that's what we're looking at right now. We're looking at the Mandoverse. Nobody gives a damn about this thing. Nobody cares about the Mandoverse. Nobody is looking for this. Nobody's checking for this. They're like, well, maybe we should make it into a movie now. And it's like, that's desperation right there, folks. That's just desperation. Nobody cares. That's all it is to it. Jasper, what's up, baby? I see you. Hey, Smallville season 1 and 2, best superhero show I've ever seen, man. Look, Smallville, I have a lot of fond memories of Smallville, man. It is a great show. Seasons 8 through 10, some of the worst. Bring back small scale, sincere, personal drama, character-focused hero stories. That's basically what we're all asking for. And honestly, it's what Godzilla is. That's why Godzilla -1 is working. The things that you're saying right here, Jasper, that's the reason why Godzilla -1 worked. Because, straight up, it's focused on the characters. And that's what draws you in. Think about it. Everything that you love in, movies or television shows or whatever, all of that is based on you loving the character. It's not so much the spectacle and the story and the plot. Oh, this plot is so intricate. That's why you have to focus on the characters. If you focus on the characters and you find something, to connect to with the character, it doesn't matter what it is. And it's not about skin color. It's not connected through skin color. You idiots in woke Hollywood. It's not connecting through skin color. It's about connecting to something on a personal level, something that you can understand and agree with, like I watch movies where I'm a parent. And if I see a parent going through something, I empathize, because it's like, man, I'm a parent. I understand that. I understand what it means to go through something when you're seeing your kids, and it's like simple stuff like that. And now you find connective pieces with any story, and you can do so if you have good writers. Okay. Good writers. Yeah. Right here. Again, well-spoken. Good writers and directors are integral to Marvel and Star Wars' success. Exactly. It's not rocket science. It's absolutely not rocket science, man. It's so simple. Even a kid can figure this shit out. All right. Aman Vellani said it straight up off the bat, man. Oh, Kevin Feige, just come out with some good characters, bro. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just give us good characters. That's it. What's so hard about that, man? It's absolutely crazy. What's up, Nick? Nick Nowitzki. Dr. Doom about to be a woman. But she'll fall in love with the new Mr. Fantastic and a CGI cat voiced by Kevin Hart if things continue. Yeah, you probably right, man. Senor Fantastico, right? It's going to be Pedro Pascal, right? Senor Fantastico. That's who's going to be, that's another dumb decision. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. You got to get all them dumb decisions out of Marvel right now. That's the problem with Marvel. Too many dumbass decisions like that. Yeah, let's cast Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. Why? Just give us a white dude as Mr. Fantastic. Reed Richards is a white guy in every other iteration. Why are you trying to change this thing up? Ridiculous, man. Streamer Wizard of Oz remake soon. Excuse me. You drink some water, man. I mean, they'll probably do it one day. They'll probably definitely do that one day. They're out of ideas. Hollywood is a broken system. Hollywood is a broken system. They don't know where the next hit is coming from. this one's off the topic. I saw this story here. I want to bring something up. I don't know if you guys caught this. Where did I see this at? Let me check something real quick. There's a story basically about where Hollywood is right now when it comes to writers. When it comes to the writers, yeah. Check this out. So this story is on Deadline. Hollywood jobs down nearly 20% this year, and not just because of the strikes, the studies say. So right now, people are not going back to work in Hollywood. They already lost a ton of work when it came to the strikes, because they started canceling shit left and right. Like, oh shit, now we can cancel these woke trash films that we really didn't want to make anyway. So it's just cancel. They were just canceling stuff left and right. Okay. But then we're now looking at this thing and it's saying, yeah, now overall the jobs are down 20% overall, and it's not because of the strikes. This study says. So I thought this was interesting. Entertainment industry employment in LA this year peaked in April. And basically they're saying, yeah, now as of October, there are basically about 2,500 fewer workers employed by the industry than there were in April. They're saying that's about a 17% drop. All right. So yeah, the work is starting to dry up. They don't have as many shows coming out. Everybody is, saying, you know what? We're closing up. We're closing up shop. It's going to cost too much to make this crap. All right. It's going to cost too much to make this stuff. What's this here? Lack of box office receipts is taking a toll. And that's the other thing. Why are we going to make all of this content if we're not making any money? Like the whole purpose of us putting out all of this content. Hey man, we're trying to make money. These are businesses. So if you're not making the money that you used to make, the box office is just dwindling. It's not making the money that it used to make. Streaming, everybody's losing money on streaming. Like, how many people are making money on streaming right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many? Netflix is probably the only one. You hear, and then Apple and Amazon can subsidize their streaming networks through like their main core businesses. But Disney Plus is losing money. HBO Max is losing money. Paramount Plus, Peacock, all of these other streaming services, they're just losing money. Nobody's signing up for these channels. And even if they do sign up, there's still not enough to like justify all the money that they're spending on the content. So it's like, well, and here you go, less jobs. This was a mistake, in my opinion, when it comes to Hollywood going on strike. I said that all through the summer. I said it's a mistake. They don't have leverage. It's not like Hollywood is just making money hand over fist. If Hollywood was making money like that, all right, bet. Go ahead, see what you got, because Hollywood is making money. But Hollywood was losing money. 2023 is probably the worst year to go on strike. It has been nothing but box office bomb, box office disaster after box office disaster. Tons of movies just losing a ton of money. And so it's like, why would you go on strike? I don't get that, And Marvel, again, when you see Marvel, which was a $1 billion just printing machine, and because it's struggling to make money. Oh shit, we are not doing anything right now in terms of bringing in fans and expanding our fan base, making money. We're just not doing it. It says here, yeah, the greater LA entertainment industries lost roughly $1.4 billion in wages between April and September. All right, roughly 0.05% of the industry's annual economic activity. So, I mean, yeah, then they said, yeah, the California economy as a whole took a $6.5 billion hit. I mean, again, they did a number on the economy, and now we're talking about, yeah, it's about 20% less jobs. And again, a lot of that has to do with the fact, hey, nobody's really checking for these films. Nobody's interested in watching your woke trash anymore, Hollywood. Like, okay, yeah, so that's it, man. They had these strikes. And here's the aftermath, all of these strikes, all of these people out here talking. Yeah, a lot of these cats, a lot of these faces that you see in this audience, they probably ain't got jobs no more. They got to find other things to do. And I don't wish unemployment on people. But what I'm saying is that you got to think before you act. And you just kneecapped and torpedoed like a whole bunch of jobs. The top dogs, they'll be fine. But the people down underneath, the people that were all these guys, all right, most of these guys are the people that were at the low tiers. They're not going to be working, So yeah, that's the issue. That's the issue right there when it comes to Hollywood, when it comes to, entertainment, man. Right now, everybody's just like, there's no jobs, there's no jobs, and it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse as time goes on. True Disney princesses were all about grace. Rachel Zegler is a wicked stepsister. She's not a true princess. The true princesses are feminine. Rachel Zegler and Halle Bailey are feminists, precisely, Esmeralda. Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate that. Yeah, 1,000%, man. They've lost what it means to be feminine. Women, and it's kind of like the microcosm of society, what you see in Hollywood. A lot of women don't want to be feminine either. Women don't want to, put on dresses. They don't want to look cute. They don't want to put on the makeup. They're not trying to do all of that girly stuff. They don't want to do any of that stuff. They just, I want to be, more like a man. But like, a woman is a woman for a reason, play to your strengths, not your weaknesses. Okay. Trying to be a feminist and be more masculine, that doesn't play to your strengths as a woman. If you're a woman watching this, just small little bit of advice, play to your strengths, play to what makes you unique. Men, play to your strengths, same exact thing. Don't play to the opposite. Your body and you're built for a certain thing, be that, stop being, the opposite of that. Let me see here. Women protagonists is fine as long as it's well written, 100%, but not characters like Dr. Doom and Blade. Yeah. Again, you can't try to switch up and try to make people like, oh, we're going to like this female version of a character that was always masculine. Like, that's dumb. That's stupid, man. That's never going to work. Okay. That's never going to bring the fans that you're trying to bring in. That's never going to bring them cats in. The fans that you're trying to bring in are the people that are interested in comic book content, and you just got to play to what's always worked. You can see this stuff playing out over the course of history. You have seen, comic book characters succeed and fail. Comic book characters absolutely fail. It's like, all right, don't try that guy no more. Get that guy out of here. But then you got a comic book character that comes in and that works. And it's like, oh, okay, the comic book character worked. Now let's take that to the next level. Let's put that person in a cartoon. Let's put this character in a cartoon. Let's see how they do. That's basically, in my opinion, what they should be doing. Let's see. At the same time, there's no reason for racial swapping or sex swapping or changing original stories. None at all. None at all, Anton. And, a lot of you guys found my channel from me talking about precisely that. The biggest problem I had is the race swapping. The race swapping, the gender swapping, it's insulting. It's an insulting thing to do to these characters, to the audience that you're trying to attract. Because basically what you're saying is, I'm going to dangle this black character in front of you so that you guys will like this character, as if I'm just skin deep myself. Like, the only reason I'm going to identify with this character is because he's a black character. Like, that's the most insulting thing I've ever heard of. It's bullshit. Like, you're basically saying that black people are superficial, or, Latino people are superficial, or Asian people are superficial. And the only way that you can connect to a character is through something as superficial as skin color. Like, the skin color is it. That's everything, and it's the same thing with women. Most women, like, what's the number one? Does anybody know what the number one superhero film for women is? Does anybody have a clue what that is? I was stunned when I saw this, but then I thought about it and I'm like, no, I'm not stunned. All right. Does anybody know what the number one film for women, what more women went to watch as far as a superhero movie is concerned than any other movie? If you know that, leave it in the chat while I keep talking. Again, women like the stuff that they like. Okay. Women like what they like. They are going to flock to the things that are important to them. That's why Titanic, right? It was like a big box office hit. That's why the Titanic was what it was, because it was a romance. Guess who was going out to watch Titanic? Time and time and time and time again. Guess. Yeah, it was women. It wasn't men. It certainly wasn't men. Romantic comedies and all that kind of stuff. No, not Superman. Again, number one superhero movie for women. The one women flock to more than anything, okay? It's not Superman. Not 50 Shades of Grey, not really a superhero film. X-Men Origins. Nope, nobody's got it yet. All right, I'm going to let y'all keep guessing. Yeah, that's the thing. Women are going to go watch what they love, Women are going to go watch and they're going to flock to it and they're going to embrace it, because that was made for them. The Marvels wasn't made for women. That's why more men went to watch the Marvels than women. But the Marvels was ostensibly made for women. You know, it's like we expected women to come out to this. Well, women didn't show up. You know, women let them down, man. Let's see here. X-Men's origin, Wolverine, no doubt. Nope. Wonder Woman, nope. Nope. Nobody got it. Nobody got it. All right, hold up. Let me see if I can find the article on that. Hold up. Let me see if I can find the Let me see. Is this it? Is this a good one? This might be it. All right. Close enough. Yeah. This is the movie that more women went to watch, and they made it $1 billion movie. They made this one $1 billion movie. Aquaman. Aquaman. Well, why do you think women went to watch Aquaman? What was it about Aquaman that women went to watch? Oh, it was some dude named Jason Momoa, right? Yeah, women like attractive men. They're not trying to watch a whole bunch of chicks, okay? They're not trying to do that. They're trying to watch, Jason Momoa's in this thing? Hell yeah. All right. This is, I forget what it is, but it's like Jasper, like they're what? Yeah, man, I forgot they had a crush on him. That's what it is, man. It was Jason Momoa. That's what got the chicks out of their houses to come and watch a superhero movie. The 105 plus opener, okay? This thing opened to $105 million because of Jason Momoa. Because women couldn't wait to go and watch this dude. And they twisting in the chairs like, oh, Jason, woohoo! They was loving him, some Jason Momoa, man. But yeah, that's what it is, man. You got to you make it. And they didn't make this for women. Like, they just made Aquaman. They just made a movie, okay? They just made a movie. But what happened when they made this movie? The people, the target audience, yeah, people that, like Aquaman. Aquaman wasn't necessarily a popular, hero. But guess what? People went and watched it. And, I liked it. I liked Aquaman. I thought it was cool. But women showed up. Women showed up for this dude. But they didn't show up for the Marvels. So think about that. Why did they show up for the Marvels? Where were the men? Where was the beefcake? Okay. They had this dude in there. Where was the beefcake? That's what the chicks want. Okay. Like I said on the last video, or the last live stream I did, I said, when it comes to superheroes, men want to be them and women want to be with them. That's the formula. That's the formula. So if you got like Chris Hemsworth out there looking hunky or whatever, Chris Evans, Jason Momoa or whatever, it works. It works. Because why? Because you're playing to the right demographic, okay? The women that are going to come and watch comic book content, they're going to come watch comic book content because of the superheroes, because of the masculinity of the men. Masculinity is a positive thing. They always try to say toxic masculinity. Masculinity is an absolute positive thing. Nick Nowitzki, low key, I actually liked Aquaman, though. It was pretty enjoyable. I thought and it took me away from the daily grind, which is why we watch movies. Exactly. That was the whole thing when it came to Aquaman. It's like I enjoyed it. It was escapism. I know it's not the greatest story in the world. It's not the best story in the world. It isn't. It's kind of a shaky story. And I'm a James Wan guy too. I like James Wan. But Aquaman was kind of it was all right as a story. But like, hey, had the underwater, scenes. I thought they did the underwater stuff good. Well Spoken says, yeah, I liked Aquaman, a good film. It's solid. It's a solid movie. It's definitely a watchable movie. Amber Heard, yeah, Anton. I don't think they went to see Amber Heard, right? But think about that. You play to the audience the way that you should, okay? You stop trying to pander to this audience that doesn't exist. You stop trying to do that crap and you just kind of focus on, all right, look, let's just do Aquaman. Let's hire a good actor that can play the part, all right? We got this, kind of a race swap to Aquaman, but I don't think people really tripping off of that. You give Aquaman, you got Jason Momoa, you put him out there, you see what happens, you see what happens, and everybody's like, okay, I'm with it. I'm with it. And honestly, I think if the DC EU wasn't coming to an end, I think this next Aquaman film that was coming up, I think that it would do well. Probably not a Billy, not a Billy, not even close, but it might do somewhere in the neighborhood of, let's say, like 600, 700,000. It might, you know. Now I don't think it's going to do that at all. I think it's going to probably be coming in under 200, just like the Marvels. But we'll see. There's just really nothing out right now in theaters to watch. Like, what are you going to go watch? What is there to watch? There's not a whole lot to watch. So yeah, I think that's one of the things that right now with Hollywood's trying to figure things out. They're trying to figure out what's the next move. Is it these franchises? Do you keep doubling down, tripling down on big franchises, dropping $200-300 million into these joints and they're not making any money? Like, what do? How do you move forward right now in Hollywood? That's the big question. I'm gonna have a video on that coming up one of these days, and just asking that question, like, how do you capitalize right now where Hollywood is at? Like, who can capitalize on that? Who has the right formula, the right mix of movies or ideas? We talk about anime a lot. Okay, you see anime all up in my background. Okay, I'm an anime guy. Me and my son are going to get that Anime Heads channel going one of these days. I promise you. But right now anime is solid. Video games, okay. After Five Nights at Freddy's did well, you already know video games is the thing they got their eyes on already. Video games are they're the number one entertainment medium right now, period. And it's not even close. Video games are the number one entertainment medium. They make the most money. They generate the most buzz. Like, people have become millionaires off of video games. I mean, straight up video games. That's it. Is Hollywood obsolete? Tax cut. That's a damn good question. That's a damn good question, man. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder because I want y'all to think about this for a moment. There's 32 of you guys right now on YouTube. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. But you go to some of these other entertainment channels. I mean, they getting, 10,000, 20,000 live stream. They just got people watching. Okay. And then, some of these channels are just growing up big. Nerdrotic is just humongous, man. That's like a humongous channel right now. Everybody, like, all you guys are probably, subscribed to some of the cats that are, much bigger than me, of course. But, what I'm mean to say is YouTube is kind of taking over like the entertainment atmosphere, right? You got YouTubers, got like Young Ripper. Young Ripper right now is got his own stuff, his own books, everything, and he's doing his thing. And he's going to start creating content. Like, why do we need Hollywood? We don't need Hollywood. We got our own stuff, Again, me, I got books too, hey, I got books, but I'm saying that as a joke. If you guys want to buy them, I appreciate the support, definitely. But what I'm saying is that right now in entertainment, people are just saying, you know what? We don't need Hollywood. We can get out there and create our own stuff. We don't necessarily need this, giant Hollywood system to take care of all of our entertainment options. We can entertain ourselves. YouTube is growing and getting bigger by the day, and, you can easily create your own content. You can create your own novels. You can create your own comic books. There's plenty of people. Some of you guys that I watch and talk to, some of you guys are creatives, and creating is becoming so easy, putting together a YouTube channel or just, putting together a book, becoming a self-published author, doing your own content right now. You do not need this big mainstream entertainment conglomerate called Hollywood. You don't need them. And I think Hollywood is sensing that they're slipping away. All right. They're losing some of the interest of many people in the mainstream, general audience. It's one thing when the nerds check out. It's another thing when you have lost just the regular run-of-the-mill person out there, just your regular average, movie goer or watcher. When you lose them guys, you've lost a lot. You've lost you've lost your base, because your base is just general mainstream entertainment. And if Hollywood can't keep these guys' attention and everybody's just checking out, then what? What happens at that point if you've lost Hollywood? If Hollywood loses, like, one of the things I've always said was that dinner and a movie, right? Dinner and a movie is the easiest date That's why the theaters would never really go away, because dinner and a movie is like the mainstay for dating in this country. Easiest thing you can do. Hey, here's a movie. Let's go and see it. Let's have dinner afterwards. Boom. So the theaters would always have like business from that. But now you're seeing the box office is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's just dwindling. And now you got home theaters where, and again, you got Hollywood producing content on the streaming services. But at the end of the day, like a lot of that content is trash. People are turning more to YouTube. People are turning more to independent content, instead of absolutely, sitting here. Hey, look right here. That Service Dog Show. We are a small but sincere group of followers. Listen, let me give you guys right now a shout out. All 34 of you that are watching right now. Thank you. Thank you. You don't know what this means to me, because, a cat like me just having a live stream, started up this channel like almost 2 years ago, and having this live stream and just talking to y'all and just talking to the people and everybody that comments on the video, everybody that hits the thumbs up, everybody that's here right now. Thank you. This means a lot, because you guys are rocking with me. You guys are rocking with me. This means something to a person that creates. We may not have a lot of fans. We may not have a whole lot of people, but we got us. And listen, I'm going to do everything I can to keep producing the kind of content that you guys like to watch, and just commenting on Hollywood, and just, we'll see how high we can climb. Make sure you guys share the videos out there. You can have more people talking to you in the comments as well. But, I really do appreciate that. Thank you, That Service Dog Show. I really appreciate everybody that's here right now, just chopping it up with me on a Saturday night. We love feminine women, not women who act like and belittle men. The Hollywood agenda. Yeah, 100%. Well spoken. You've been out here dropping some gems. Thank you. Okay, you've been dropping some gems. This is another one, okay? We like actual feminine women. We like women that look like women, that are soft and tender and feminine and, beautiful. And that's what we like. You talk to a woman that looks that like, man, that does something to a man. It changes up how he moves. Okay. Oh man, this woman over here, man, she's got it, man. She's got it. She got that look. She got that certain, way about her. Is very feminine. It's attractive to masculinity. Masculinity and femininity, they're like, yin and yang, they're different, but they work together. That's what you're looking for, man. You don't want no, butch. And look, everybody like what you like. I'm just saying, as a masculine grown man, that's what I like. Okay. That's what I like. And yeah, well spoken, 100%, man. That's what you're looking for. Anton, I don't even watch television anymore. Yeah, a lot of people don't. I spend so much time on Crunchyroll. Like, Crunchyroll is kind of where I'm at. Crunchyroll is where I'm at pretty much, like, I would say 80% of the time. And then I'm also jumping into, other stuff like, if there's a show out, if there's a good show out or somebody recommends a show, like I saw Monarch on Apple. It's okay. And I'll finish it up, but it's okay. It's just okay. But if somebody gives me a shout out, hey man, go watch this show. Go watch the show. That's when I'll tune in to a show. Otherwise, nah, I'm not interested. Nick, Aquaman wouldn't have been as good without Amber Heard actually being a feminine character. Yeah. I mean, say what you like about Amber Heard. She's eye candy. She looks good, Say what you like. She looks good. And, men would definitely like, oh, yeah, let me check this out. Now, yeah, Amber Heard, is she a nutcase? 100%, 100%, 120%, not somebody that you should date. Okay, definitely. But yeah, if you saw her walking down the street like, oh, shit, who's that? Oh, yeah. Hey, man. Hey, baby, what's up? Hey, you're going to shout out at her. You're going to holler at her if you didn't know she was Amber Heard. You would holler at Amber Heard if you saw her down the street. She looks good. She's a good looking woman. All right. And she is feminine. She was portraying femininity in Aquaman. Yeah. So it 100% worked. You're absolutely right about that, Nick. 100%. Esmeralda, Jason Momoa has caveman qualities. Esmeralda, man, you like the caveman, huh? Pop you over the head with a club and just drag you off to the cave. That's what she wants. Okay. All right. Now we know what Esmeralda likes, everybody. We know Esmeralda is into the cavemen. Or maybe she's not. Maybe she's just saying that that's what's appealing to women, that kind of brute, kind of brutish kind of cat, yeah. Okay. I get that, a dude that drinks a little bit too much, got tattoos, kind of a grunt. Yeah. I can see that, But yeah, that's what you want, man. Yeah, Esmeralda. Yeah, now look how things have turned out for her. Well, I mean, that's the whole problem, right? You know, that a lot of these, you know, they look good, right? They look good, but on the inside, whoo. Yeah, look, I've always said this. This is not nothing to do with comics or movies or anything, but I've always said this. If you see a chick and she's beautiful and she's gorgeous and you just can't believe this, oh my God, she's a beautiful woman, but she's single, that's a red flag. It's like, wait a minute, how did I run into you? And, you know, is it just perfect timing? I don't know, you know, but if she is a gorgeous woman and it's like, hey, why are you single? Hey, how come nobody scooped you up yet? Yeah, that's something that you got to think about. I'm just saying, you got to, it's a red flag. It's not a, you know, shut the door. Nope. Nah, no, not happening. But it is a, you know, boom, you know, that little flag goes up. Okay, what's going on here? We got to investigate further. You know, beautiful women should not be single. And it's dudes all over them. All right. It's dudes all over them. Like Rachel Zegler. Yeah. Rachel Zegler, like, I don't have no opinion on her. Other than the fact that she is just an absolute, like, horrible, like, woke, entitled jackass. You know, that's the biggest thing. When I see her, I just see entitlement. I see somebody that's gotten it too quick, too soon. You know, they should have let her build up a little bit. Like, nah. Stop giving her these big major roles. Let her take some smaller roles. Let her work her way through Hollywood first. I mean, she's only been in like 3 or 4 films right now, and every one of these films has been like a big film. Like, she was in West Side Story with Steven Spielberg, you know, the remake of that. Then she was in Shazam, a big superhero movie. And now she's in The Hunger Games, another big franchise. It's like she's being thrown into these big franchises. And now she's going to be in this Snow White thing. And she's like, she doesn't seem like she's got like Hollywood savvy when it comes to dealing with the media. You know, just off of that one interview and then some other little clips and things that she does when she's online on Twitter, it's like they got to stop with this chick, man. They got to pull her aside. They got to let her just kind of come down a few pegs. Yeah, man, go and do some regular films and deal with people. And that's the other thing. They don't deal with the regular public. Like, Hollywood's just not dealing with the regular public right now. Yeah, Zegler is digging her own grave. 1,000%, man. 1,000%, man. Zegler is absolutely digging her grave, you know, right now. Her career, I don't know what she's going to do with her career, man. That's it. But you know what, folks? I think that's about it, man. I think I'm going to wrap this thing up, man. Unless you guys got anything you want to talk about, y'all can definitely leave some more chats. But yeah, I think I'm about to wrap this up. Been going for about 2.5 hours. And listen, I appreciate everybody that's here. Again, we've been dipping in and out. I think we got up as high as maybe 38 people at one point in time. Yeah, that's cool, man. You know, everybody that showed up, whether you came and left and came back and left and came back, whatever, man. I'm glad you guys are here because, look, I feel like this community, you know, everybody from EBN, everybody from WDW Pro, you guys have really embraced me and you've really given me a lot of encouragement, like personally, a lot of encouragement, you know, to just kind of say, okay, say what you got to say about Hollywood, say what you got to say about, you know, woke media and all of the crap that's going on. You know, I got so much more I want to say, but, you know, I'm gonna try to keep it strictly to Hollywood. One of these days, maybe I'll open up, have a different channel where I talk about other cultural issues. And, you know, if this thing does well, but right now, I appreciate all the love. I really do, because it's hard, you know, to step out, you know, and do some of this stuff. It's really difficult, but we're going to keep building. We're going to keep building this thing up and seeing where it goes. Well-spoken DA. Bear in mind that the reason why a good portion of beautiful women are single is because a lot of men are a bunch of a lot of men are a bunch of simps like Mark Ruffalo. Wow, man, look. Let me say this about men and simping, okay? Let me say this, and I'm just going to be 100% honest. If you simp, you are basically like scratching your name right off the list of any woman that you see. And even women that you might be interested, but they interested from afar, but you start acting like a cold simp, you are just scratching your name right off the list, all right? She ain't going to want to fuck with you at that point. You know, she's just not. You know, like, why am I messing with this dude? This dude is like a pushover, you know? He ain't a man, you know, he a pushover. I can run it. I can do anything I want to do with him. And a lot of women do that, you know, a lot of women do that. So yeah, don't do that. Don't be that guy. You know, if you like, you know, go out there and just make a man out of yourself, you know, And by all means, don't simp, don't simp to these chicks. If that's your thing, I always do it this way. This is what I always do. Every chick you like, if you see a girl you like, here's what you do. You treat that girl like you see she's beautiful, she's attractive. Treat that girl the same way you would treat any regular girl. Okay. Treat that girl the way you would treat somebody like, you could be nice, be polite, be friendly, but just treat her like you would treat a girl you're not attracted to. That's the secret sauce, And I heard somebody explain it to me like this, and it made sense when you hear it like this, it makes sense. All right, young men, if you're out there, any guy that's struggling, listen to this. This is the secret sauce when it comes to dealing with, women and making them like interested in you, or at least kind of like, oh, okay, I like this guy. I like what he's talking about. Here's the secret sauce. Okay. This is how women look at it. Think about somebody you look up to. Okay. Think about somebody you look up to, or actually flip it in reverse. If you kissing this woman's ass, okay, you doing everything in your power to kiss this chick's ass. All right, you do, oh man, I'm bringing her flowers, candy. I'm telling her how beautiful she is every single day, and I'm just worshiping her, sitting down at her feet, just worshiping this chick. Think about this. How does this chick look at you? How's she looking at you? She's looking at you like she's above you, right? Because you're putting her there. You're putting her above you. You're putting her above yourself. But the thing is that most women, they want to look up to their man. They don't want to look down to their man. They want to look up to their man. They want to, look up to their man and be like, man, my man is this and that. Like, that's how most women are. They want to look up, not look down. They don't want to look down at somebody, So if you're kissing a woman's ass and you're a simp and you're doing all of that shit, your woman is looking down at you, And what woman wants to be with a man that she looks down upon? Nobody. Not many. Not many women want to look like this dude is a weak, a punk. They don't want to look at their man like that. So immediately, that's why I said you just crossed off the list. They might be nice to you. They might smile at you, say, oh, you're such a nice person, and da 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 da. They might do all of that stuff, but you've been kissing her ass this entire time. So it's because you've been doing all of this, she looks down on you. She's kind, she's polite, but she's looking down on you this whole time. She sees herself as above you, and no woman wants to see herself above her man. At the very least, she want to be on equal terms, or maybe even I want my man, above me, so I can look up to him, like that's what it is, because men are supposed to be protectors and providers. This simp down here at the bottom can't protect me. He's a simp, that's how she looks at it. So that's the thing, that's the thing. Don't be too interested. This is a tax cut. Don't be too interested in her or scare off like a cat. 1,000%, 1,000%. Again, it's not games, but it is just like hold yourself to the highest regard you can hold yourself. That's really what you got to do. You just got to hold yourself to a high regard, And as soon as you start doing that, everything will work out. But anyway, folks, like I said, I'm wrapping it up. I appreciate everybody for showing up. It's been an amazing 2.5 hours. I really appreciate you guys stepping in. Got a couple of super chats, and we got a lot of great conversation out of this. It's a great evening for me. Hope you guys had a great time. We're going to end it right here. Last bit, let's see, well-spoken. You notice the writers in Phase 3 did not push the relationship of Dr. Banner and Natasha because Banner came off subservient in the previous films. Black Widow deserved better. Couldn't agree more. Perfect way to end it, man. Don't simp. All right. Don't simp for these chicks. Stand up, be a man, handle your business. You'll be just fine. Anyway, you guys, thanks again for showing up. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend and your Saturdays. And yeah, look for some more videos. I got a lot coming out this week. But yeah, thanks for watching. See y'all next time.